Chapter 591. Lei Qian, I forgot to take my briefcase. Open the door. Just as Wang Zhong and Yi Lei Qian were chatting together, Mao Jianhua's voice was suddenly heard. Oh no, why is he back? Yi Lei Qian quickly got up. Quickly hide in the closet. Wang Zhong was speechless. He didn't expect to encounter such a thing. Gotcha. Mao Jianhua walked in and looked at Yi Lei Qian suspiciously. Why did you only open the door now? I was just about to put on my clothes. I was halfway through when you came. Yi Lei Qian rolled her eyes at Mao Jianhua and handed over the briefcase. Look at you, forgetful. Hee wife, you look so good in pajamas. Mao Jianhua laughed. You're so annoying. Quickly go to work. Okay. Mao Jianhua didn't notice that there was an extra person in the house. When he walked outside, he suddenly turned his head. By the way, what kind of car do you like? You want to buy a car? Of course, Ji Qiang just called me. Su Wanqi successfully borrowed a large sum of money from the bank. This money has a lot of benefits for us. When the time comes, we'll buy a new car. Oh, that's great. Yi Lei Qian smiled awkwardly. After all, Wang Zhong was still hiding in the house. If Mao Jianhua came a few steps later, she and Wang Zhong might have had sex. She secretly rejoiced in her heart. Haha, of course, that's great. But you can't say these things. Well, then buy me a car when the time comes. Yi Lei Qian asked. You don't usually go out. Why buy a car? It's enough for me to drive. I'll go first. After closing the door, Yi Lei Qian pouted. So what if Mao Jianhua was rich? He still couldn't bear to spend money on her. That was why men were really different before and after marriage. Before marriage, Mao Jianhua doted on her and couldn't wait to find her every day. Even if he didn't have money, Mao Jianhua would spend his pocket money on Yi Lei Qian. After marriage, it was completely the opposite. This made Yi Lei Qian feel very different. She also saw Mao Jianhua for who he was. Wang Zhong came out of the cupboard. Even though he was brave, he was still drenched in cold sweat from what had just happened. The feeling of sneaking around was really not a good feeling. But thinking that she had made Mao Jianhua a cuckold, she felt happy. Wang Zhong had heard everything that had just been said. He wondered why Su Wanqi could spend so much money to buy 40% of the hotel shares and develop the plan for the Dahai Bay water park. According to his investigation, although the Su group was huge, it did not have much cash flow. It was only a few billion. Although there were a lot of fixed assets, they were all real estate and wouldn't be of much use. They would only make the stock price of the Su family group look better. In addition, the Su family group was very large and had many projects to develop. There was not much spare money. Since Su Wanqi had taken out so much money at once, she would definitely need a loan. Listening to Mao Jianhua's words, it was obvious that he and Chen Jiqiang had reaped a lot of benefits from the loan. It was no wonder that the two of them were walking with a swagger. At this time, Wang Zhong suddenly laughed. If Su Wanqi's capital chain suddenly broke and the bank withdrew the loan, what would happen? She would probably go crazy, right? President Li, you heard everything just now. I'm afraid that Chen Jiqiang and Mao Jianhua have no good intentions around Su Wanqi, said Yi Lei Qian. Well, isn't that so? You did a good job. If Mao Jianhua doesn't buy a car for you, I will buy one for you, said Wang Zhong indifferently. President Li, you are such a good person. I hate you. After leaving Mao Jianhua's house, Wang Zhong began to investigate Su Wanqi. First, he contacted a business investigation company. There were actually many business investigation companies in society. They had the means to find some information that was not particularly important. After paying some money, Wang Zhong learned about Su Wanqi's family structure. She was the eldest sister of the Su family. She had 2 younger brothers. However, according to the information, Su Wanqi was not very valued in the family. Because she was a woman, she would get married sooner or later. Her 2 younger brothers did not want her to be in power. They were worried that she would get married and divide the family property. Another reason was that Su Wanqi and her two younger brothers had the same father but different mothers. Her father was old and did not have long to live. Of course, the two brothers wanted to take control of the Su family. It would be best if they kicked Su Wanqi out. Therefore, most of Su Wanqi's current project funds were borrowed from the bank. The remaining part was that Su Wanqi hoped to find investors to cooperate with. A few days ago, the opening reception was held. As Su Wanqi expected, there were many people who wanted to cooperate with her. President Su, President Liu of De Ming Enterprise has an appointment with you to discuss cooperation. He is already waiting for you in the conference room. Got it. In the office, Su Wanqi rubbed her forehead. Recently, she had met many investors, which made her a little tired. However, the situation was also good. Many investors were ready to invest. The bank was also very successful. They had borrowed a total of 3 billion yuan. With this money, she could start the early development. Thinking of this, Su Wanqi clenched her fists tightly. She leaned on the boss's chair and looked out the window. She thought of her two younger half-brothers at home. These two people now saw her as a thorn in their side and tried their best to kick her out of the family. Because of this, she could not use the company's funds at all. Fortunately, she had connections and good projects. She believed that she could make a comeback. Wanqi, I saw a good coffee shop on the way back from the bank. I know you like to drink, so I bought some for you. At this time, Chen Jiqiang walked in with the coffee. Didn't I tell you before? Even if you are my good friend, you can't call my name in the company. Although Su Wanqi said this, she did not look angry. Chen Jiqiang smiled and said, Look at me. I actually forgot. Then, Chen Jiqiang put the coffee on the table and said, What's wrong? You don't look too good. Sigh, although a few investors have contacted me these few days, they all want a lot of shares. So troublesome. Well, I'm afraid they all know about my family's situation. They know that I don't have much money on hand, so they are like this. Su Wanqi said helplessly. Don't think so much. Just now, Tyrone Bank contacted me. There's another sum of money coming. 1 billion. As long as we set up the ocean park first, there will definitely be businesses in that area. We can also recover part of the money. Chen Jiqiang said heroically. Well, thanks to you. If it weren't for you, I'm afraid it would be more difficult for me. Su Wanqi said gratefully. A few months ago, because she was ostracized by her two younger brothers, she was actually a figurehead in the company. She had no right to speak at all. After that, she gave up on herself and often drank. At that time, her former university held an alumni meeting. She thought that she had nothing to do, so she went. It was at that time that she met Chen Jiqiang. In fact, they had known each other before, but they were not familiar with each other. Chen Jiqiang knew about her and told her about his situation. He said that he had developed a very fun game. Originally, he had tens of millions of financing in his hands. However, at the last moment, the boss actually took away his development results. It was all his fault for trusting others too much. However, he said that even if he suffered such a blow, he would not be discouraged. He believed that with his talent, he would definitely succeed. It had to be said that Chen Jiqiang was very good at bluffing. Under his chicken soup infusion, Su Wanqi pulled herself together. She also invited Chen Jiqiang to the company. Chen Jiqiang really gave her a lot of ideas. No money? That's fine. First, draw a big pie and then go to the bank to get a loan. No one invested? That's fine. Draw a bigger pie and then ask for investment. Needless to say, this trick of his was very useful in the capital market. Especially after that cocktail party, it was Chen Jiqiang's masterpiece that attracted a lot of loans and investments. This made Su Wanqi feel that Chen Jiqiang was really smart. Now, what she lacked was funds. Chen Jiqiang helped her solve this problem very well. Because of this, Su Wanqi trusted him more. President Su, you're treating me like an outsider. No matter what, we're together. Helping you is my responsibility, and more importantly, I admire you. Su Wanqi blushed. During this time, Chen Jiqiang had already pursued her several times. How could she not know? Unfortunately, at present, she only wanted to solve the company's problems. She could only play dumb with Chen Jiqiang's pursuit. Chen Jiqiang, since the money from the bank has come down, let me see it when you have time. I need to do the accounts. I've already taken care of this for you. Don't worry, it's just a small matter. You've already done it. Su Wanqi did not expect Chen Jiqiang to be so efficient. Yes, of course. Okay, but I still want to take a look when I have time. Okay then. After Chen Jiqiang walked out, he was actually a little nervous. Su Wanqi suddenly wanted to check the accounts. If she investigated carefully, his corruption would definitely be exposed. Originally, his idea was to pursue Su Wanqi. Then, as a couple, Su Wanqi would definitely be at ease with him. However, he did not expect things to turn out like this. Just as he was thinking about what to do next, a phone call came in. Is this Mr. Chen Jiqiang? I am. What can I do for you? My name is Ran Wei. If you have time, I'd like to invite Mr. Chen Jiqiang for a drink. Chen Jiqiang thought that Ran Wei was here to talk about investment, so he agreed. However, after meeting and chatting for a while, Ran Wei said directly, I know that you took a lot of money from the company. What do you mean? Chen Jiqiang's eyes narrowed. Currently, he was the most popular person around Su Wanqi. Many things were left to him. No one knew that he stole Su Wanqi's money. How was that possible? The meaning is very simple. I'm here to look for Mr. Chen, not to do anything to you, but to cooperate. As he spoke, Ran Wei pushed a suitcase over. There's 1 million in here. It's the deposit. 1 million. Chen Jiqiang's eyes widened. He had worked so hard for so long and only got a few million. Now he was directly given so much money. Chapter 592. This much money is for me? Chen Jiqiang began to guess who the other party was and what their motive was. This was 1 million yuan. He didn't seem to have the ability to get someone to fork out so much money for him. That wasn't right. He was a talent. Perhaps they were interested in his talent? Of course, this money is for you. My boss said that he'd like to work with you. What do you want me to do? Chen Jiqiang was someone who had gone to university. He had to ask clearly. It's simple. We want Su Wanqi to fail. Let her fail. Chen Jiqiang immediately thought of Su Wanqi's 2 younger brothers. The head of the Su family was now seriously ill in bed. The quarrel between the 3 siblings over the family property was no longer news. Everyone in the company knew about it and many of the higher-ups had already taken sides. Unfortunately, most of them naturally supported Su Wanqi's 2 younger brothers. The reason was simple. There were 2 of them and their mother was still alive. According to the law, their mother was the first heir. Who else would they support if not them? It was just that Su Wanqi was capable. That was why she could deal with her 2 younger brothers. My boss said that Su Wanqi can't have the cash flow of the Su family organization. You can only find investors and loans. You're now the person she trusts the most. I think you should know what to do. That's impossible. Chen Jiqiang frowned. Although the other party had given him a lot of money, his goal was to get the shares later on and become a shareholder to earn more money. Su Wanqi was his springboard. Moreover, he was still fantasizing about getting her. Mr. Chen, you can refuse. But you've already embezzled a lot of money. If this gets out, do you think Miss Su will still trust you? In other words, you don't have a second choice now. Either you accept this 1 million yuan or we'll report you to the police and you'll go to jail. Chen Jiqiang's heart skipped a beat. He panicked. On the surface, the other party was negotiating. In fact, there was no room for negotiation. Then, how do I make Su Wanqi fail? She wants a loan, right? You continue to get the loan. To be honest, my 2 bosses have already talked to the 2 banks. When the time comes, the 2 banks will withdraw the loan because Su Wanqi's accounts are unclear. Su Wanqi's capital chain will definitely be broken. As long as the capital chain is broken, those investors will not dare to invest. Su Wanqi's early investment will go down the drain. At that time, my two bosses will forcefully intervene in this matter and force Su Wanqi to step down. Chen Jiqiang thought to himself, sure enough. Although she was very happy when she got the loan from the bank, she was most afraid that the capital chain would be broken. So, Su Wanqi had been desperately looking for investments these days. As long as they found a huge investment, the bank loans could be paid off immediately, thus maintaining a normal cash flow. However, it was too late. Su Wanqi's two younger brothers were preparing to take action in advance. Su Wanqi was in trouble. To be honest, Chen Jiqiang wanted to stand on Su Wanqi's side because Su Wanqi had promised him that once the project was successful, he would get 2% of the shares. What did 2% mean? If it was worth 100 million, that would be 2 million. And this project was far from just 100 million yuan. Billions was already considered too little. Therefore, it was very likely that he would be a multimillionaire by then. The key was that he could profit from this big project. But now, Su Wanqi's two younger brothers obviously wouldn't let them have an easy time. Mr. Chen, what do you think? Ran Wei took out his phone and dialed 110. If you agree, this 1 million is yours. If you don't, I'll call 110 and report you for corruption. Don't call. Chen Jiqiang swallowed a mouthful of saliva and stammered, I agree, but after Su Wanqi abdicates, where will I go? Of course, you'll still be in your current position. You've done a good job. My boss admires you. Ran Wei smiled disdainfully in his heart. Although he said so, when Chen Jiqiang lost his value, who would care about him? Moreover, a minister couldn't serve two masters. Chen Jiqiang could betray Su Wanqi, and more importantly, he was corrupt. His two bosses would be stupid to let Chen Jiqiang work for them. But Chen Jiqiang didn't know that. In fact, he had only started working this year for half a year. He was still fantasizing that he was a talented person. Therefore, he felt that with his ability, the other party would definitely put him in an important position. Okay, I agree. Although he had a good impression of Su Wanqi, compared to his future, Su Wanqi was a fart. No, she wasn't even a fart. After all, a fart could still be heard. Ha ha ha, Mr. Chan is indeed a smart person. I'll leave the rest to you. Thank you, Mr. Ren. I'll do my best. Wang Zhong had been thinking of a way for the past 2 days, and that was how to get the bank to withdraw the loan and cut off Su Wanqi's capital chain. As long as Su Wanqi's capital chain was cut off, her two younger brothers would definitely seize the opportunity to seize power. At that time, he would be able to find Su Wanqi and have a good talk with her. Unfortunately, although he had a good idea, he didn't have many connections even though he was rich. Therefore, he thought of Su Wanqi's two younger brothers. Since they were fighting for power, he would tell Su Wanqi's younger brothers about her situation and let them think of a way to cut off Su Wanqi's capital chain. This was a good idea, and Wang Zhong started to prepare. On this day, when he was thinking of how to contact Su Wanqi's two younger brothers, Yao Bing called. Speaking of which, he hadn't contacted Yao Bing for a long time. The main reason was that Yao Bing was too arrogant. Every time he spoke to her, Yao Bing would act like she was a goddess and he had to give in to her. This made Wang Zhong angry and amused. Bing Bing, why are you calling me? Wang Zhong asked. Don't call me by my nickname. We're not that close. Okay. De Bing, why are you calling me? You. Yao Bing realized that she couldn't win against Wang Zhong. She snorted and said, I'm not going to argue with you. My mom said that she wants to move to a bigger place. Do you have a suitable place? Wang Zhong laughed in his heart. Yao Bing's attitude towards him wasn't very good, but she still needed his help at the critical moment. Of course, I have a good place. But why would she want to move for no reason? It's very simple. I'm preparing for a blind date. A blind date? Wang Zhong turned pale with fright. Yao Bing was very satisfied with Wang Zhong's tone. She continued, "My mom said that the house I'm living in now isn't good. When the time comes, I'll show the man's family the condition isn't good. So, she wants me to live in a better place." "I see. What do you think?" Yao Bing snorted. She called Wang Zhong's phone. On one hand, she did want to see the house. On the other hand, she wanted to see what Wang Zhong's attitude was. After all, they had already done it, but Wang Zhong didn't say anything. This made Yao Bing very uncomfortable, so she called to test him. If Wang Zhong really didn't care about her, then she would give up. "The house is simple. I'll buy one for you. As for the blind date, forget it." "Humph, I know you're rich. I don't want it. As for my blind date, what can you do?" "Of course I can. If you dare to get married, I'll tell everyone about you and XXX. You. How can you be like this?" Yao Bing was shocked. She didn't expect Wang Zhong to be so shameless. She was a goddess. When other men saw her, which one of them didn't kneel down and lick her feet? This Wang Zhong, on the other hand, actually dared to say such dirty words. "You're shameless. Ha ha ha, thanks for the compliment." Wang Zhong smiled faintly and said, "Okay, enough nonsense. Didn't you want to see the house? Come to me later to pick one." Pa. The phone was hung up. Although Yao Bing didn't say that she would come, Wang Zhong knew that she would come because he knew her character. Sure enough, an hour later, Yao Bing came wearing a black dress, a sun hat, and fashionable black sunglasses. "Oh, you're so well dressed." Wang Zhong smacked his lips. They hadn't seen each other for a few months. Yao Bing had become more charming, and this was all thanks to his development. "You're dressed so well. Don't tell me you're here to see me?" Wang Zhong said with a smile. He, you're thinking too much." Yao Bing, who was guessed correctly by Wang Zhong, naturally wouldn't admit it. She snorted and said, "What are you waiting for? Hurry up and show me the house." Okay. I'm obviously the boss here. Why do I seem to be your assistant?" Wang Zhong was speechless as he turned on the computer. Yao Bing curled her lips. She was amused by her own arrogant and overbearing behavior. Especially when she saw Wang Zhong's deflated look, she felt even more proud. Even she didn't realize that she didn't hate Wang Zhong anymore. Instead, she was quite happy to see Wang Zhong like this. "Here, you come and see." Wang Zhong pointed at the computer. When Yao Bing came over to look, he hugged Yao Bing. What are you doing?" Yao Bing was shocked. "I'm not doing anything. Don't you think it's more convenient to look like this?" Wang Zhong smiled and said, "It's not convenient at all. There's no stool here. You can only sit on me. I'm thinking for you. How can you think of such a lame reason?" Yao Bing was so angry that she was speechless. Okay. Stop fooling around. Look at the houses in peace. Which one do you want?" Wang Zhong said seriously. However, he didn't let go of his hands at all. Yao Bing fidgeted a few times. She seemed to have acknowledged Wang Zhong's little action. She could only look quietly. "Look, there are houses in every neighborhood on the computer. Villas, and here. This neighborhood is not bad. It's newly developed." Wang Zhong slapped his thigh and laughed. Yao Bing snorted and looked obediently. "I think these houses are not bad. You have to help me look for them. Give me a discount. Also, don't take my commission." After 10 minutes, Yao Bing finally looked at the houses. Wang Zhong was amused. "Silly woman, do you still need to take my commission? Just help me eat some soy milk and I'll give it to you." Yao Bing was so angry that she scolded, "You want to die?" In the afternoon, Wang Zhong brought Yao Bing to look at the houses. For the sake of convenience, Wang Zhong chose to live in the small district opposite his villa district. "Look, this place is not bad, right?" Wang Zhong said. "Yes, it's not bad. My future husband will definitely like it." Yao Bing nodded and said, Chapter 593. Your husband. Wang Zhong narrowed his eyes. Are you kidding me? Did you ask me to come over and pick a house for you? So what? I said I want to go on a blind date, Yao Bing said proudly. Hee hee, you can try. What do you want? Yao Bing snorted. Looking at Wang Zhong, who was getting closer and closer, Yao Bing suddenly panicked. However, to Wang Zhong, it seemed like she was doing it on purpose. Was she playing hard to get? This Yao Bing seems to be getting more and more playful. What do I want? You've already come with me. What do you think? Yao Bing retreated in fear. In a moment of carelessness, her foot tripped and she fell backwards. Ouch. With this fall, she was almost naked. Was she doing it on purpose? Wang Zhong only felt that Yao Bing was too playful. If he did not fall for it, it would be a waste of her acting skills. As a result, Wang Zhong naturally went up to the stage. An hour later, Wang Zhong pointed to the house and said, "Well, it's confirmed then. Bring your documents and prepare to accept this place in the next few days." You really don't want me to pay? Yao Bing said fiercely as she put on her clothes. Nonsense. As long as you come with me often, this house will be a piece of cake. I'm telling you, this is the last time. Don't even think about touching me in the future. Otherwise, I'll call the police. Okay. This is the last time. I know. Wang Zhong was amused. At this moment, a phone call came in. He looked at it and saw that it was Su Xiaoyan. Brother Li, have you seen the news? Big news. Su Wanqi's capital chain is broken. Several banks suddenly started to pull out loans. Now, Su Wanqi's investment is going to go down the drain. Because they were targeting the Dahai Bay Water Park project, Wang Zhong asked Su Xiaoyan to keep an eye on the news. When he got the news, Wang Zhong was stunned. She was too lucky. Originally, he was thinking of how to get close to Su Wanqi's two brothers to destroy her. Why did this happen all of a sudden? Wang Zhong asked. I heard some investigations. It seems like two banks suddenly wanted to withdraw their loans, and in the end, it caused a chain reaction. I think it's her two younger brothers who wanted to mess with Su Wanqi. Ha ha ha, I know. Alright, there's one more thing. Su Wanqi seems to have a problem with Chen Jiqiang. Chen Jiqiang was dismissed, but he actually went to her two younger brothers. Oh? Looks like Chen Jiqiang is up to something. Wang Zhong didn't know the inside story, but he knew about Chen Jiqiang's corruption. Therefore, he guessed that Su Wanqi might have found out about Chen Jiqiang's corruption. But the problem was, if Su Wanqi knew, would she call the police? In short, Chen Jiqiang was definitely going to be unlucky. However, it seemed that Chen Jiqiang was fine at the moment. Instead, he had gone over to his two younger brothers. After hanging up the phone, Yao Bing curiously asked, "What made you so happy?" "Bing Bing, I'm preparing for a big project. Are you willing to help me?" "I don't want to. I have to go to work." "If you keep saying that you don't want it, then I'll make you not want it, okay?" No. At night, Su Wanqi sat alone in the car for a long time. The company's funds suddenly had a problem. Two banks suddenly withdrew their loans. This made Su Wanqi confused because she didn't remember getting any loans from those two banks. She actually took a loan based on the situation. She wouldn't take a loan from someone she wasn't familiar with. She immediately asked her secretary and found out that it was Chen Jiqiang who did it. Then, she asked Chen Jiqiang, and Chen Jiqiang said that he took a loan to get more funds. This made Su Wanqi furious because the two banks suddenly withdrew their loans, which caused a huge chain reaction. Chen Jiqiang made such a big mess. Of course, she immediately fired Chen Jiqiang and prepared to deal with it herself. But she didn't expect Chen Jiqiang to go to her two younger brothers. She wasn't stupid. She immediately knew why. Chen Jiqiang betrayed her. Why did it turn out like this?" Su Wanqi cried. Ring ring ring. Su Wanqi looked at the phone. It was Chen Jiqiang. "Wanqi, I went to your brother's place," said Chen Jiqiang. You still have the face to call me? Su Wanqi couldn't believe it. I trusted you so much and helped you pay off so many debts. You actually betrayed me. Wanqi, I have my own difficulties. Chen Jiqiang explained helplessly, I did it for you. Of course, he wouldn't say that they had something on him. So, he found a very dignified excuse. Wanqi, I did find those 2 banks, but I didn't expect them to know your 2 younger brothers. But it's okay. I got into their internal department. After saying that, Chen Jiqiang couldn't help but praise himself. This excuse was perfect. What do you mean? Wanqi, although we failed in this project, it's okay. With our talent and ability, we can always make a comeback. When the time comes, I will destroy them. You're too naive. Su Wanqi looked disappointed. She knew her 2 younger brothers too well. These 2 people were smart. How could they trust someone who betrayed her? Wanqi, what I said is true. Think about it. I can get some money from his company. When the time comes, we can make a comeback. Get some money? Su Wanqi couldn't believe that Chen Jiqiang could say such words. I know it doesn't sound good, but it's true. How about this? Where are you? I'll come and find you. Chen Jiqiang was worried that he couldn't explain it clearly in a few sentences, so he wanted to find Su Wanqi. For Chen Jiqiang, Su Wanqi was still very useful. First, Su Wanqi was very beautiful. She was simply a goddess like Yao Bing. She was also a big CEO. Conquering her felt a special sense of accomplishment. Second, Su Wanqi hadn't found out that he was getting money from Su Wanqi. However, as Su Wanqi continued to investigate, she would find out sooner or later. By then, it would be troublesome. So, it was best for him to let Su Wanqi go bankrupt earlier. By then, no one would be able to investigate the debt. Third, Su Wanqi was a member of the Su family after all. Now that the Su family's old master was still alive, Su Wanqi was still considered a member of the Su family. Moreover, even if he was dead, the Su family's old master would definitely give a part of the property to Su Wanqi. That was enough. As for what he said about infiltrating the enemy, that was just talk. It didn't matter who she worked for, as long as she was paid. Unfortunately, although Chen Jiqiang's idea was good, Su Wanqi didn't think so. She said disappointedly, forget it. I have nothing to talk to you about. I'll take care of this myself. Wanqi, you're right to listen to me. When the time comes, I can easily get tens of millions of yuan from here. We can live very well. I've never seen such a spineless person like you. Su Wanqi cursed angrily and decisively hung up the phone. Su Wanqi cried for a while and suddenly felt that she couldn't go on like this. She hadn't completely lost yet. As long as she could find investors, she could win. Thinking of this, she wiped away her tears. Hello, President Liu. Oh, President Su. Are you free? I have something to talk to you about. I'm not free. I've been traveling recently. Hello, President Qi. Are you free? I'll treat you to a meal. I'm not free. I've been busy recently. Hello, she called a few people, but they were all busy. This made Su Wanqi angry and anxious. In the past, these people would pester her to invest, but now, they were all avoiding her. Even a few of her pursuers were ignoring her now. This made her see the true colors of these people. Sure enough, men are no good. Su Wanqi had no choice but to find the people who attended the cocktail party and call them one by one, hoping to find investors. Wang Zhong was in no hurry at this time. Su Wanqi was a capable woman. Although she had a big fall, with such a capable woman's character, she would definitely not give up so easily. Wang Zhong guessed that Su Wanqi's first step would be to contact the various investors, but who would invest in her at this time? One had to know that she was now short of at least 3 billion yuan. Which big company could come up with so much at once? He was waiting for her to contact him now. If he took the initiative to call Su Wanqi, it would feel like he was begging her to invest. If he waited for her to contact him, it would be much easier. Therefore, Wang Zhong was prepared to wait until tomorrow. If Su Wanqi still did not contact him, then he would take the initiative to call her. To Wang Zhong's surprise, Su Wanqi called not long after. "Hello, is this President Li?" Su Wanqi's voice was a little hoarse. Obviously, she was not in a good state. "Yes, you are. I'm Su Wanqi from the Su Group." Oh. Wang Zhong smiled meaningfully. "I wonder why President Su is looking for me? It's like this. I saw President Li at the cocktail party last time, but I didn't have time to chat with you. Now, I want to meet you. I wonder if you have time." This woman was quite good at talking. She obviously wanted to get investors, but she said it as if she was very familiar with him. Wang Zhong's heart was like a mirror. He understood Su Wanqi's thoughts very well. "Is that so? Okay, where do you want to talk?" Originally, Su Wanqi did not have much hope for Wang Zhong. Because almost all her previous calls were rejected, she was already waiting for Wang Zhong to take the initiative to hang up the phone. However, he never expected that Wang Zhong would actually agree. Su Wanqi was ecstatic and quickly said, "If President Li doesn't mind, I know a restaurant." The environment there. Before she finished speaking, Wang Zhong interrupted Su Wanqi. "I've eaten. I want to drink some tea now. How about this? I'm now at a tea room. You can come over." Coming to the agreed-upon location would allow him to take the initiative and have a better position in the negotiation. Su Wanqi did not think much and agreed. Soon, Su Wanqi arrived at the tea room that Wang Zhong mentioned. This kind of place was generally a place for friends to gather. The environment was good, and the most important thing was that privacy was good. Other than the waiter, no one else knew about the people and things in the room. Chapter 594. Although Su Wanqi had met Wang Zhong before, she had no impression of him. After meeting Wang Zhong, Su Wanqi was surprised to find that Wang Zhong was so young. "Nice to meet you, Mr. Li." Su Wanqi walked in generously. It could be seen that she had put on makeup when she came and was dressed up nicely. "Nice to meet you, Mr. Su." Wang Zhong nodded. After sitting down, Wang Zhong poured some tea for Su Wanqi. Su Wanqi started chatting. She was smart enough not to go straight to the point. Instead, she talked about Wang Zhong's clothes and said that he had good taste. Indirectly, she was flattering him. After that, she asked about Wang Zhong's work. After chatting for more than 20 minutes, Su Wanqi still did not get to the point. Finally, after more than 10 minutes, Su Wanqi said, "Mr. Li, what do you think of my company's Ocean Park project? This project is very good, but I heard that you have a capital chain crisis. The bank has withdrawn its investment. I'm worried about whether the funds can be sustained," Wang Zhong said lightly. Su Wanqi said confidently, "Don't worry about that. Although there is a cash flow crisis, it is only temporary. I have already contacted several investors, and they have a strong desire to invest. I believe that once we pass this hurdle, the bank will renew the loan." "Ha, is that so? Unfortunately, the information I have is not like that." Su Wanqi frowned. "Mr. Li, so you have no intention to invest?" She was very curious. If he had no intention to invest, why did he agree to meet her? Was there something wrong with this guy? "You are wrong. I have an intention to invest, but my intention is relatively large. According to my understanding, you have 100% shares in the Dahai Bay Water Park. I want you to give me 51% of the shares." "That's impossible." Su Wanqi frowned. If she gave him so many shares, it meant that she would lose control of the company. She would not be in charge of the company in the future. After all, this project was her biggest reliance. She even wanted to use the funds earned from this project to take back the shares of the Su Group step by step. But if she gave all the shares to Wang Zhong, how could she carry out her plan? "Can't I?" "That won't be easy to talk about. Director Li, although this project still lacks funds, 51% of the shares is not something that you can swallow all at once." Ha. You think you can't eat it? Not to mention 51%, even if it's 100%, I can do it. Wang Zhong shook his head speechlessly. He was a man with a net worth of more than 10 billion. Su Wanqi obviously thought that Wang Zhong was bragging, but Wang Zhong wasn't in a hurry. He took out his phone and tapped on his bonds, stocks, and fund accounts. Su Wanqi was shocked when she saw Wang Zhong's net worth of over 10 billion. You're so rich. The young man in front of her was actually richer than her entire Su group. Wang Zhong waved his hand indifferently and said, Low-key. Now that you have seen my strength, it can be said that with my investment, you don't need a bank loan. Do you understand? Wang Zhong's words were naturally very easy to understand, and it also made Su Wanqi's heart itch. However, she didn't want to give up her rights. Everything in the company was her life. After that, Su Wanqi still refused to relent. In the end, Wang Zhong lost his patience. All right, since you don't want to sell, I'll wait for you to go bankrupt. At that time, it's the same to find your two brothers to cooperate. What? Su Wanqi was stunned, but they won't give you so many shares. But if I cooperate with them, at least I'll invest a little, and there's no risk. What do you think? Well, that's it. There's nothing more to say. I'll go first. Standing up, Wang Zhong suddenly smiled. Right, your company's problem may not be just this. You'd better go back and check the accounts. Maybe you'll be surprised. Anyway, Su Wanqi had nowhere to go. Wang Zhong wasn't in a hurry. He waited for Su Wanqi to express her opinion and immediately left. Su Wanqi didn't chase after Wang Zhong, but she recalled Wang Zhong's words. Check the accounts. Is there a problem with my company? Su Wanqi's heart sank. She thought of Chen Jiqiang. Chen Jiqiang suddenly went to work for her two brothers. Was it really like what he said, to infiltrate the enemy? She didn't dare to think about it anymore. She immediately called her secretary and asked the finance department to check the accounts. Chen Jiqiang was washing his feet comfortably. He was used to living a poor life. Now that he finally had some spare money, he spent some money to wash his feet from time to time. Looking at the little sister in front of him, Chen Jiqiang smiled. Little sister, where are you from? Yenzhou. The little sister smiled sweetly. Oh, is that so? This little sister was pretty. Unfortunately, this place was legal. He couldn't touch her. So, he thought of money and prepared to spend some money to keep this little sister to solve his needs. But at this time, a phone call came in. This phone call was from Su Wanqi's secretary. Because he was worried that Su Wanqi would check the accounts, he bribed the secretary to tell him immediately if Su Wanqi checked the accounts. Chen Jiqiang picked up the phone uneasily. His face sank. Damn it, they actually checked the accounts. But it's okay. Fortunately, I'm prepared. Chen Jiqiang was very proud. He was indeed a genius. He was already prepared. There were two things he was prepared for. First, he told Su Wanqi about his embezzlement. Second, he threatened Su Wanqi not to call the police. Otherwise, he would expose Su Wanqi for falsifying the accounts. In order to get the company on the right track, Su Wanqi had falsified a lot of accounts under his suggestion. If these were found out, Su Wanqi wouldn't have a good time. The second thing he prepared was Mao Jianhua. If Su Wanqi fought to the death, Mao Jianhua would have to take the blame. Anyway, in his eyes, Mao Jianhua was his bootlicker. When the time came, he would promise Mao Jianhua some benefits. Mao Jianhua would definitely agree to it. Thinking of Mao Jianhua, he couldn't help but think of Mao Jianhua's wife, Yi Leiqian. If Mao Jianhua was arrested, he might be able to hook up with Yi Leiqian. But he felt that it would be difficult. Yi Leiqian was a very pure girl. She kept her chastity. What, Chen Jiqiang, you really embezzled so much of my company's money. The next day, Su Wanqi had actually found out about some of the accounts. What surprised her was that Chen Jiqiang actually took the initiative to confess. Yes, but Wanqi, I have my difficulties. Difficulties? What difficulties can you have? Su Wanqi sneered. She wanted to hear Chen Jiqiang's explanation and then call the police to bring him to justice. At that time, I owed some money. If I didn't do it, I would have been hacked. I did it because I wanted to pay back the money and work hard for you, Chen Jiqiang explained. At this time, you can still find such an excuse. Su Wanqi was really convinced. She couldn't believe that she had trusted him so much in the past. She even thought of accepting Chen Jiqiang's pursuit. Now that she thought about it, all of this was an illusion. Chen Jiqiang wasn't a good person at all. Don't say any more, Chen Jiqiang. What awaits you is the severe punishment of the law, Su Wanqi said bluntly. Is that so? Chen Jiqiang made up his mind. Su Wanqi wasn't understanding at all. If that was the case, there was no need to spoil her. Okay, you go to the police. When the time comes, people will know that you falsified the accounts. Anyway, we'll be finished. What? Su Wanqi, have you forgotten that I falsified the accounts for you? You're not a good person either. Why do you have to pretend? Chen Jiqiang, I didn't expect you to be this kind of person. I already said that I just took some money. I have my difficulties. In short, I'll say it here. If you call the police, I won't let you have an easy time. But if you're fine, I promise, I'll help you. At this time, Chen Jiqiang was still fantasizing about getting Su Wanqi. When he thought of Su Wanqi, Chen Jiqiang even felt that this feet-washing girl in front of him was too ordinary. Compared to Su Wanqi was more conquering. You bastard, so it was premeditated. I was wrong to believe you. Su Wanqi knew that she couldn't do anything to Chen Jiqiang. She helplessly hung up the phone. What should she do next? For a moment, Su Wanqi was at a loss. At this time, she thought of Wang Zhong, but she quickly shook her head and rejected it. For the next few days, bad news came one after another in the company. That hateful Chen Jiqiang not only embezzled, but also used several projects in the company as a tool to accumulate wealth, causing the progress of these projects to be very slow. Oh, my sister is still here? On this day, Su Wanqi's brother, Su Qinke, came to the company. Su Qinke, what brings you here? Su Wanqi said coldly. She knew that Su Qinke came to see her make a fool of herself. Naturally, she wouldn't welcome him. Ha ha ha, I heard that you have financial problems. The company is now unable to make ends meet and is about to close down. In order to prevent this from affecting the headquarters, the board of directors asked me to come and take a look. No need to look, I'm fine here, Su Wanqi coldly said. Su Qinke naturally wouldn't leave so easily. This time, he came to attack Su Wanqi. Ha ha ha, yes, it's good that you're fine. But sister, the board of directors said that they're going to check the accounts. If they know that you've done something fishy, I'm sorry, even if I don't put justice before family, others won't ignore it. Su Wanqi clenched her fists tightly. She knew that once she failed, she would never be able to make a comeback. Hey, sister, tell me the truth. You're a girl, why do you have to work so hard? I think that Chen Jiqiang is a good person. Why don't I act as a matchmaker and you marry him? When the time comes, I'll give you a big red packet and wish you have a child soon, Su Qinke said in a mocking tone. Thank you for your kindness, but I don't need you to introduce me. I don't like that Chen Jiqiang. Ha ha ha. Okay. Su Qinke said a few more words and left. Su Wanqi took out her phone and called Wang Zhong. Chapter 595. Wang Zhong received another call from Su Wanqi. Just as he had expected, Su Wanqi was really at her wit's end. She invited Wang Zhong to the tea room once again. Mr. Li, I agree to your conditions, but can I make the decision when the time comes? Seeing Wang Zhong again, Su Wanqi did not talk much but spoke directly. Wang Zhong smiled and said calmly, I'm sorry, but I'm going back on my word. Su Wanqi was stunned. What do you mean? I said I'm back. 51% of the shares is too little. Mr. Li, you're taking the opportunity to extort me. Su Wanqi was so angry. She hated people who took the opportunity to extort others. Wang Zhong said, "This is not extortion, but a matter of interest. Your way of asking for help is blocked, right? I can invest in you now, but it's risky." "Then what do you want?" Su Wanqi said in a deep voice. 80%. Wang Zhong said bluntly. "What, you're too outrageous." Su Wanqi did not expect Wang Zhong to be so greedy. She immediately shook her head. "Impossible, it's too outrageous. I won't agree." "Well, if you don't agree, the final result will be that you are kicked out. When you lose power, do you think you have the capital to turn things around? You won't. Do you know? Not only will you not turn things around, but you will be even worse. Do you know why? Because your two brothers want you to live a miserable life. By the way, you will get married in the future. Your husband will definitely be bullied, and then your son and daughter will live in a low-security household. Don't say that your two brothers will give you a meal out of consideration for your family. They are not children anymore. When your father dies, they can't wait for you to die. I believe you have the same idea, right? In other words, now is your last chance. If you lose this opportunity, you will never be able to turn things around. And if you accept my conditions, you will be the winner. Although you give me your benefits, you can trample your two brothers under your feet and even take back the Su group. Think about it." Wang Zhong's words set off a storm in Su Wanqi's heart. After thinking for a long time, she finally said helplessly, 75%, okay? Su Wanqi still wanted to fight for more benefits. "In addition, I have the decision-making power in that place. The final decision-making power will definitely be mine, but I will allow you to continue to be in charge. After all, you spent a lot of effort in that place. I will be relieved if you are in charge." Wang Zhong had thought about this a long time ago. After all, he had never been in charge of a big company. All right then. Su Wanqi nodded helplessly. To her, this was the best ending. There was no other way. "Then 75%, I'll keep 25% of the shares," Su Wanqi said. Ha 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 ha. Su Wanqi turned pale with fright. "What do you want?" "I promise you 25% of the shares, but you have to pay something." Su Wanqi had always been a virgin. In the face of Wang Zhong's hands, she immediately grabbed the fruit knife on the table and nervously broke free. Don't mess around." This was Su Wanqi's instinctive reaction. In the past, she had encountered many people who wanted to touch her, but she angrily refused. She would not allow anyone to do this to her. Upon seeing Su Wanqi's huge reaction, Wang Zhong was quite surprised. "If you mess around with me, even if I don't want your investment, I will die with you." Su Wanqi shouted angrily. "Okay." Seeing her reaction, Wang Zhong chose to compromise. "Actually, I quite admire you and thought you would agree. Since you don't agree, then forget it. But I have one last condition." Since Wang Zhong could invest in her, Su Wanqi nodded and said, "Say it." "Kiss me." "Impossible." Su Wanqi gritted her teeth. "Think about it. Just one kiss and you will get such a good benefit. Otherwise, it will only be 20%. Wang Zhong looked at Su Wanqi with a smile. It was not easy to become a scumbag in this life. He could not be too honest. An honest person would suffer a great loss. This Su Wanqi in front of him must be conquered, but there was no need to rush. He had to take it step by step. "Okay. But just one kiss. You can't have any other intentions." "Of course." Wang Zhong shrugged. Su Wanqi thought about it. Although it was her first kiss, it was still worth it. After all, she had 5 more shares. Looking at him carefully, this Li too was not very old-fashioned. He looked okay. Thinking of this, Su Wanqi's heart was filled with resentment. She secretly thought that Wang Zhong was too impatient. With his qualifications, if he were to pursue her, she would have agreed to it even if she tried to push him away. Why did he have to suddenly attack her like this? It made her feel like she was stuck between a rock and a hard place. How embarrassing. Although she thought so, Su Wanqi did not give up. Just one kiss. Don't think about doing anything to me in the future. Then, Su Wanqi leaned over and kissed him. Well, work hard in the future. Don't let me down. Wang Zhong was satisfied. In the next few days, when everyone thought that Su Wanqi could not make it, they heard that Su Wanqi received a large investment. This investment not only revived the company, but also made the project go smoothly. They did not even need a bank loan anymore. This made everyone in the outside world turn pale with fright. They really wanted to find out who the investor behind this was. It was a pity that under Wang Zhong's instructions, Su Wanqi did not announce his name. She only said that a big boss had invested in it. After knowing this, Su Wanqi's two brothers gritted their teeth in anger. In the end, they ordered Chen Jiqiang to find out who invested. After all, Chen Jiqiang came from Su Wanqi's side. Every time Chen Jiqiang bragged to these two brothers that Su Wanqi still wanted to reconcile with him. Now that this happened, they naturally asked Chen Jiqiang to come over and ask. On this day, he came to the hotel. Because the Dahai Bay Water Park was under construction, Su Wanqi moved to the top floor of the hotel for convenience. Chen Jiqiang knew the situation from the secretary, so he came over. His purpose was simple. He pretended to give Su Wanqi information about her two brothers and find out who invested. Li Tu, why did you ask me to come over so early in the morning? At the same time, Yao Bing and Wang Zhong entered the hotel. She looked at Wang Zhong with some resentment. What do you think of this place? Wang Zhong said with a smile. Of course this hotel is beautiful. I know. You asked me to come over to get a room with me, right? That's what you're thinking. Yao Bing turned pale with fright, her face filled with disappointment. Wang Zhong was dumbfounded. He now had a deep understanding of how this woman's brain worked. But since Yao Bing said so, Wang Zhong smiled and said, Well, then I want to get a room with you. Do you agree? Of course not. Yao Bing snorted arrogantly. Okay. Actually, I have something to discuss with you. Let's go upstairs and talk. Okay. Yao Bing nodded silently. Wang Zhong shook his head helplessly. She obviously agreed, but she still pretended to be like this. She was indeed arrogant. They went upstairs. While Yao Bing was in despair, Wang Zhong succeeded in making her docile and obedient. After that, Wang Zhong said, You can come to work here in the future. I'll let you be the manager and help me. Yao Bing used to be a management student. Wang Zhong believed that she would gradually get the hang of it. Manager? Isn't this hotel owned by the Su Group? Yao Bing was surprised. It's already considered mine. Wang Zhong said indifferently. What, this place is yours? Of course, I'm the chairman here. Yao Bing was stunned. Although she didn't know the market here, she had seen some news and roughly knew the price of this place. This guy actually said that he was the chairman here. Yao Bing found it unbelievable. How did you suddenly become the chairman here? I bought it. It must be a lot of money, right? Of course, but money isn't a problem for me. Yao Bing realized that Wang Zhong probably didn't have a few $100 million, but tens of billions. Okay, let's not talk about this. You'll work here in the future, understand? I can't do it. You have to do it even if you can't. I gave you such a big house. Just treat it as working for me in the future. Wang Zhong's words were abnormally overbearing, but Yao Bing didn't refute. She muttered a few words, which could be considered as a fact. After that, Wang Zhong and Yao Bing went downstairs. He was going to send Yao Bing back and let her pack her things before coming to work. When they went out, Wang Zhong raised his eyebrows. He didn't expect to meet an acquaintance here. An old acquaintance, Chen Jiqiang. After Chen Jiqiang came here, Su Wanqi obviously didn't want to see him, but he didn't give up. Firstly, he had a heavy responsibility and must see Su Wanqi. Secondly, he thought that Su Wanqi was still interested in him. After all, he was very outstanding. He was a very talented person. If Su Wanqi wasn't a fool, she must still be interested in him. The reason why she didn't want to see him now might be a test. That's right, a test. When the time was over, he believed that Su Wanqi would know how good he was. Therefore, Chen Jiqiang was prepared to wait for a while. Unexpectedly, when he was waiting, he saw Wang Zhong and Yao Bing coming out of the hotel. Especially when Wang Zhong's face was full of comfort and Yao Bing's face was full of shyness. He wasn't a fool. He had spent dozens of yuan to find women in alleys many times. Therefore, he knew what had happened between the two at a glance. For a moment, Chen Jiqiang's heart was burning with jealousy. He was so outstanding, but he didn't even touch Yao Bing's hand when he talked to her. He wanted Yao Bing to know that he was a gentleman. He didn't expect that she would fall for Wang Zhong's money. She was a gold digger. Yao Bing. Chen Jiqiang sneered. Yao Bing naturally saw Chen Jiqiang, but she acted as if she didn't see him and left with Wang Zhong. Wang Zhong hugged Yao Bing tightly and said what a villain would say, "Oh, Bing Bing, isn't this your ex-boyfriend, Jiqiang?" Jiqiang, what a coincidence. Chapter 596. Facing Wang Zhong's provocation, Chen Jiqiang snorted, "Yao Bing, you said you had nothing to do with Li Tuesday. You two have been together for a long time. You are indeed a gold digger. Li Tu, let's go. Don't talk to this kind of scum." Yao Bing did not want to cause any trouble and turned to leave. However, Wang Zhong was curious why Yao Bing was here. He asked Chen Jiqiang, "What are you doing here?" "Humph, the hotel's CEO, Su Wanqi, invited me here." Chen Jiqiang smoothed his tie and said proudly. After all, Chen Jiqiang was a person who liked to show off. In fact, everyone liked to show off, including Wang Zhong. However, others had a reason to show off. For example, when Wang Zhong showed off that he was rich, he was really rich. However, Chen Jiqiang liked to talk nonsense. Su Wanqi did not want to see him, but he said that Su Wanqi invited him. Wang Zhong could tell that Chen Jiqiang was talking nonsense. He smiled faintly. "I see. Where is she?" "Don't worry. She is busy now. She will come out when she is done." With that, Chen Jiqiang turned to Yao Bing and said, "Fortunately, I broke up with you early. That's why I was able to find the best woman in the world. Not only is Boss Su a member of the Su group, but she's also the one who's in charge of the surrounding projects. And I'm her closest helper. Once this is over, I can be with Boss Su." Chen Jiqiang's intention was to show off. After all, Su Wanqi did not know these two people. It was not too much for him to brag. Sure. Seeing that Chen Jiqiang was so good at bragging, it would be embarrassing if he did not expose him. Therefore, he immediately sent a message to Su Wanqi, asking her to come down immediately. "I sent a message to Su Wanqi to see if what you said is true." Wang Zhong said faintly. "What do you mean? You know Wanqi?" Chen Jiqiang was stunned. "Of course you know her. She listens to me the most." "Ha ha ha. What a joke." Chen Jiqiang was amused. He thought that Wang Zhong had learned to brag like him. Unfortunately, he did not learn the essence of it. His bragging was based on facts. For example, he knew Su Wanqi, worked with her, and helped her. But what about Wang Zhong? He didn't even have a draft before bragging. He was simply a moron. "It's okay if you don't believe me. President Su will be here soon," Wang Zhong said calmly. "I don't know what to say to you right now. Even if President Su comes down, he'll look for me." Chen Jiqiang felt that his test was almost over. Su Wanqi should be coming down soon, right? Sure enough, he soon saw Su Wanqi rushing out of the hotel. She was still as beautiful as before, which made Chen Jiqiang excited because Su Wanqi was looking at him. Although she seemed to be frowning and unhappy, he could understand. After all, he had embezzled so much money. Su Wanqi would definitely be unhappy. But at least she had come out, which meant that she still had a good impression of him. Wanqi, Chen Jiqiang smiled. He was prepared to let Wang Zhong and Yao Bing see that he, Chen Jiqiang, was very outstanding. Didn't they see that President Su came to see him? President Li, what did you call me for? But what made Chen Jiqiang dumbfounded was that after Su Wanqi frowned and looked at him, she didn't even care about him. Instead, she respectfully went to Wang Zhong. This Chen Jiqiang said that you have a good relationship with him. He even said that you're pursuing him. Oh right, you came out to see him, right? Wang Zhong smiled faintly. I'm pursuing him? Su Wanqi was speechless. She looked at Chen Jiqiang and said, Are you crazy? This, that. Being exposed in public made Chen Jiqiang's face burn. He didn't know what to say for a moment. What he couldn't figure out was when Wang Zhong became President Li. Why was Su Wanqi so polite to him? President Li, this Chen Jiqiang is a former employee of my company. He embezzled a lot of money from the company. I only found out later. But I didn't expect that besides being insatiable, he's also very good at bragging, Su Wanqi said coldly. Oh. So you didn't pursue him? Wang Zhong ridiculed. Any man I find on the street is better than him, Su Wanqi said without any trace of politeness. Wanqi, I know you hate me, but you can't speak against your conscience. Being criticized by the woman he liked was a big blow to Chen Jiqiang. His face was extremely ugly. I speak against my conscience. Chen Jiqiang, you think too highly of yourself. Forget it, Chen Jiqiang. You heard Su Wanqi's words. You're not welcome here. Get lost. Wang Zhong waved his hand. Humph, Wanqi, I can leave, but I really care about you. Can you tell me how you got the funds recently? Chen Jiqiang asked eagerly. This was a task given to him by his two bosses. He must complete it. President Li invested in me. Now you know, Su Wanqi said. President Li. Chen Jiqiang's eyes narrowed and looked at Wang Zhong. Yes, it's me, Chen Jiqiang. What do you want to say? This, Chen Jiqiang was stunned. Security, don't let this person in the future. Su Wanqi didn't want to say anything more. She bowed respectfully to Wang Zhong and said, President Li, where are you going? I happen to be free. I'll send you. Okay. Wang Zhong nodded. Yao Bing also looked at Chen Jiqiang with disappointment. She secretly thought that she was really blind to think that Chen Jiqiang was a talent. Now, Yao Bing only felt disgusted by Chen Jiqiang. After Chen Jiqiang went back, he reported Wang Zhong's situation truthfully. Su Wanqi's two brothers were naturally furious. Unfortunately, it was too late. Wang Zhong had already cooperated with Su Wanqi. Now that they had the funds, the Dahai Bay Water Park project was quickly on track. A year later, under Su Wanqi's suggestion, Wang Zhong contracted the water park project. It was also in this year that Su Wanqi's father died. For a time, while the Su family was grieving, they also began to fight for the rights of the Su group. Chen Jiqiang, you've been with me and my brother for more than a year. Unfortunately, you don't have the ability to create any value for us. That's fine, but you actually embezzled our money. On this day, Chen Jiqiang stood in front of Su Wanqi's two brothers with his head lowered, trembling. He didn't have a good year because he wasn't valued here. He only did the most basic work, so his salary wasn't high. After a few months, he made up his mind and secretly embezzled a sum of public funds. However, it was much more difficult to embezzle here because he wasn't the leader. It was easy to be found out. As a matter of fact, he was found out early in the morning and was then called to the office. General Manager, give me a chance. My mother is sick. I didn't want to. I did it for my family. Chen Jiqiang was crying and snot. Unfortunately, his acting was useless in front of Su Wanqi's two brothers, who were cruel and merciless. The two of them stared at Chen Jiqiang coldly. The younger brother said, Don't play this game with me. I'll give you two choices now. Yes. General Manager, please speak. The first choice, we'll call the police immediately. You'll go to jail immediately. General Manager, don't do this. I've worked hard even if I didn't make any contributions. I choose the second choice, Chen Jiqiang said in pain. He was a very talented student. If he went to jail, his future would be ruined. He still wanted to reach the peak of his life. Okay, the second choice. You know that my father is dead, right? Yes. My condolences. General Manager. Condolences my ass. This is a good thing. If that old man didn't die, how are we going to divide the inheritance? But now there's a problem, and that's my sister. My sister has a lot of money now because of the Dahai Bay Water Park. This is very troublesome. General Manager, what do you mean? Pa. Su Wanqi's brother threw a small bag of white powder and sneered, "You know my sister after all. Ask her out for a meal and put this down. Then, you can do whatever you want with her." Ah! Chen Jiqiang was stunned. He was afraid and worried, but more than that, he was happy. If he could really get his hands on Su Wanqi, he would be elated just thinking about it. But soon he frowned. It was very simple. It was comfortable, but what would happen next? Su Wanqi would definitely call the police. That would be troublesome. General Manager, it's not that I don't dare, but what if she calls the police? What are you afraid of? Didn't you say that she likes you? Chen Jiqiang often liked to brag, so Su Wanqi's two brothers believed him. She likes me a lot, but even if I sleep with her, it's useless. You're really stupid. Sleep with her, take some photos, and then call a few black men. Do you understand? Ah. Chen Jiqiang was stunned. At the same time, Chen Jiqiang suddenly understood that Su Wanqi's reputation would be ruined. It was imaginable that if these photos and videos were leaked, it would be a huge blow to Su Wanqi. Not only would it affect her career, but also her family. Chen Jiqiang even knew what the headlines would be. Dahai Bay Water Park General Manager Su Wanqi fights 10 black men at night. When the time comes, when the headlines are out, I'll see how my sister will compete with us. Su Wanqi's two brothers laughed. Chen Jiqiang, you can choose between these two options. They were not worried that Chen Jiqiang would not agree. It was very simple. They had evidence of Chen Jiqiang's corruption. If he did not listen, they would call the police and let Chen Jiqiang go to jail. Sure enough, Chen Jiqiang agreed. Su Wanqi, don't blame me. I'm a person with a net worth of hundreds of millions in the future. I can't go to jail. That day, Chen Jiqiang contacted Su Wanqi. Wanqi, there's a very big thing that I want to inform you about. It's about your two brothers. They want to deal with you. Deal with me? Yes, have you forgotten? Back then, I said that I joined your brother's department to gather information. Now, I found a very important piece of news. Are you free? Let's meet. I've made a reservation at a restaurant. Chapter 597. Director Li. After hanging up the call with Chen Jiqiang, Su Wanqi knocked on the door of Wang Zhong's office. Yes, Director Su. What's the matter? Wang Zhong was playing with stocks when he saw Su Wanqi. Chen Jiqiang called me. Previously, Wang Zhong had told Su Wanqi to report to him if Chen Jiqiang contacted her, so Su Wanqi came in. Chen Jiqiang called me and said that he has news for me. He also asked me out. I'm thinking if I should reject him. Su Wanqi didn't like Chen Jiqiang at all. She even hated him, so she didn't want to see him at all. Why should you reject him? You should agree and see what he's up to. Agree? That's right. It hasn't been long since your father died. For Chen Jiqiang to ask you out at this time, I suspect that it's your two younger brothers' idea. If you agree now, we can see what they're up to. If you refuse, they'll think of ways to deal with you, Wang Zhong patiently explained. Okay, I'll agree. Let's see what he's up to. Su Wanqi then said worriedly, but what if he's up to something? What should I do? Don't worry, I'll follow you. Wang Zhong had hired a lot of bodyguards recently. He was going to bring them along this time, just in case. Okay. In the evening, Su Wanqi came to a restaurant that Chen Jiqiang had agreed to meet at. After entering the private room, Chen Jiqiang stood up politely. Wanqi. Yes, Chen Jiqiang. Su Wanqi glanced around the room. She was familiar with Chen Jiqiang's character and knew that he wouldn't be so kind. So, she was very vigilant when she came in. Wanqi, I've ordered your favorite coffee. Chen Jiqiang was confident that he was indeed charming. He easily asked Su Wanqi out. Unfortunately, he used Su Wanqi's affection, which made Chen Jiqiang uncomfortable. However, he quickly shook his head. So what if he used her? He was going to have a net worth of hundreds of millions in the future. For his future, sacrificing Su Wanqi was nothing. Moreover, he could slowly reconcile with Su Wanqi in the future. In the end, he felt that Su Wanqi had feelings for him. After all, he was very outstanding. He was just a little unlucky. Just like the game that he had designed previously, no one was willing to invest in such an awesome game. He felt that it must be because his game design was too advanced that no one was interested in it. Su Wanqi glanced at the coffee on the table and said, "Sorry, I don't drink coffee now." After being cheated by Chen Jiqiang, Su Wanqi felt disgusted whenever she saw Chen Jiqiang. Not drinking anymore? Chen Jiqiang smiled awkwardly, secretly thinking that he was lucky that he didn't pour the powder in the first place. Then I'll order you a drink. Chen Jiqiang pressed the service bell. Waiter. While the two of them were talking, Wang Zhong was eavesdropping on the room through the listening device on Su Wanqi's body. In the car he yawned. This Chen Jiqiang was really good at talking. First, he tried to get close to him. Then, he showed his concern. Then, he talked about the days when he worked with Su Wanqi. As he spoke, Chen Jiqiang sighed. He talked about the embezzlement at that time and said that he had no choice but to do it for his family. He was definitely not greedy. From the looks of it, even he believed what he said. Unfortunately, Su Wanqi already knew his true colors. She didn't believe a single punctuation mark of his words. Okay, let's not talk about that. Tell me why you called me here today. It's like this. I accidentally found out that even your younger brother wants to deal with you. Chen Jiqiang said. Really? Su Wanqi wasn't surprised. It would be strange if her two younger brothers didn't want to deal with her. Yes, I'll show you the evidence and methods later. Eat something first. Chen Jiqiang ordered steak and some other food. Su Wanqi actually didn't want to eat, but since the other party had the ingredients, she ate some. During this time, Su Wanqi went to the toilet. When she came back, she saw that Chen Jiqiang didn't have any intention to talk. Su Wanqi frowned and said, Chen Jiqiang, we can't find out what we want to talk about. You can talk about the business now. Yes, I'll talk about it right away. While Chen Jiqiang was talking, Su Wanqi felt that something was wrong. Her head was a little dizzy, and there seemed to be two double images of Chen Jiqiang in front of her. This made her frown. She felt that something was wrong. Wanqi, what's wrong with you, Wanqi? Chen Jiqiang called calmly. At this moment, his heart was as still as water, but he wanted to laugh wildly. So what if she was a goddess? She was still played in the palm of his hand. He had made up his mind to play with her first, and then let the 10 black men in. When the time came, the reporters would come. In the car, Wang Zhong was originally sleepy, but after hearing Chen Jiqiang's voice, Wang Zhong seemed to understand something. I knew that Chen Jiqiang didn't have good intentions. Sure enough, this kid actually has this idea. However, Wang Zhong didn't act immediately. Instead, he listened to the sounds in the house. Chen Jiqiang said, Wanqi, it seems that you drank too much. Let me help you upstairs. Chen Jiqiang smiled. He had already booked a room upstairs. Next, it was time to have fun. However, just as he helped Su Wanqi out, Wang Zhong appeared in front of him. Li too. Because of his guilty conscience, Chen Jiqiang was very scared for a moment. Chen Jiqiang, what are you going to do? No, nothing. Su Wanqi's body is not very good. Is that so? Wang Zhong waved his hand, and several bodyguards behind him stood in front of Chen Jiqiang. Su Wanqi was supported by Wang Zhong. My head is so dizzy. I think I have no strength. Su Wanqi murmured. It was obvious that this drug was indeed very strong. At the same time, Su Wanqi's breathing became heavier. Hot, so hot. If this continued, Su Wanqi would do something embarrassing in public. There was no other way. Wang Zhong quickly helped her upstairs. Although Chen Jiqiang didn't want Wang Zhong to take advantage of him, he didn't dare to say anything with several bodyguards around Wang Zhong. It's so hot. As soon as he helped Su Wanqi into the room, Su Wanqi fell on the bed and cried out in pain. Wang Zhong sighed softly. This drug was really powerful. He just sat there and Su Wanqi actually slithered up to him like a snake. It could be imagined that if Chen Jiqiang was here, he would probably be taken advantage of. But this time, Wang Zhong was happy. He got a big advantage. Anyway, the listening device was still on. Even if Su Wanqi complained tomorrow, she couldn't do anything. After all, this drug was given to her by Chen Jiqiang. Then, Wang Zhong was naturally pressed down by Su Wanqi. After a sleepless night, Su Wanqi slowly woke up the next day. Looking up at the ceiling, Su Wanqi frowned. Her head hurt. For a moment, she couldn't think of why she was in the room. She only remembered chatting with Chen Jiqiang. Chen Jiqiang kept saying that he found her 2 brothers and wanted to deal with her. However, Chen Jiqiang didn't get to the point. She felt that Chen Jiqiang was talking nonsense, but there was no evidence. So, she didn't want to be entangled and wanted to leave. However, she didn't expect that at that time. She remembered that she was dizzy. I was drugged. Su Wanqi remembered and felt terrible for a moment. Feeling the big hand on her waist, she wanted to cry but had no tears. She didn't expect Li Tu to take advantage of her. But at this point, she didn't blame Wang Zhong. It was very simple. If it wasn't for Wang Zhong, she would have ended up worse. Compared to Wang Zhong, she was more willing to have something happen with Wang Zhong. You're awake. Wang Zhong pinched Su Wanqi without hesitation. Don't touch me. Although Su Wanqi accepted her fate, she couldn't be so easily subdued. Why? Are you blaming me? Su Wanqi didn't speak. Wang Zhong continued, Don't blame me. You can only blame Chen Jiqiang. He drugged you. Then can't you leave me here? Su Wanqi said in a dissatisfied tone. Sigh, Su Wanqi, I don't want to, but you should know your charm. You're very beautiful. Facing your initiative, I can't control myself. I can only say sorry. Humph. Although Su Wanqi snorted, she was actually happy after hearing Wang Zhong's words. She secretly thought that her charm was indeed very good. But soon, she felt Wang Zhong's restlessness again. Don't mess around. Last night was just an accident. We can't have anything else. Is that so? Wang Zhong was amused and explained, Do you know what Chen Jiqiang prepared for you yesterday? What? Su Wanqi didn't understand. 10 big black men. What? He actually wants to do that? Not only that, my bodyguard also saw 2 tabloid reporters in his room. Yesterday, after his bodyguard caught Chen Jiqiang, he forced him to open his room. Everything in the room shocked him. After thinking about it carefully, Wang Zhong instantly understood Chen Jiqiang's intention. He wanted to ruin Su Wanqi's reputation. So, you have to thank me. How do you want to thank me? Su Wanqi gritted her teeth. I don't lack money. You can do it. Following which, Wang Zhong continued. Su Wanqi really accepted her fate. After that, she didn't resist at all. She even seemed to enjoy it very much. But after this, Chen Jiqiang went back unlucky. Because he didn't do things well, Su Wanqi's two brothers directly called the police and sent Chen Jiqiang to prison. According to Yi Leiqian's story, Chen Jiqiang went in after Mao Jianhua. Yi Leiqian naturally proposed to divorce Mao Jianhua and said goodbye to Mao Jianhua. Wang Zhong was no longer interested in these two people's affairs. He wholeheartedly focused on building his Dahai Bay water park. At the same time, Wang Zhong handed over the business of the intermediary company to Su Xiaoyan. Although Su Xiaoyan didn't come from a high family, she was willing to endure hardships and was willing to learn, so she learned quickly. Yao Bing was now managing the hotel for Wang Zhong. This job wasn't complicated, and she did a good job. Although she was very arrogant now, she was usually obedient to Wang Zhong. Only when they were together in private did she act high and mighty. Wang Zhong understood that Yao Bing was playing with him. Chapter 598. Now, Su Xiaoyan and Yao Bing were very obedient. Only Su Wanqi still kept a distance from Wang Zhong after that. However, Wang Zhong didn't plan to let her go. She was a good woman. Most importantly, she was very capable. With her help, the Dahai Bay water park had developed so well. Therefore, Wang Zhong had to keep her by his side. Unfortunately, Su Wanqi was indeed a woman from a big family. At first, she didn't want to accept Wang Zhong. But it didn't matter. Since he wanted to be a scumbag in this life, he would be a complete scumbag. If she didn't agree, he would threaten her. Ring. On this day, Su Wanqi was working when a phone call came in. Wang Zhong's voice came, "Boss Su, come here." Hearing this voice, Su Wanqi was in a dilemma. She gritted her teeth because she knew why Wang Zhong was looking for her. She wanted to refuse, but every time she refused, Wang Zhong would say, "Then you can leave. The company doesn't need you anymore. Someone else will be in charge." As the chairman, Wang Zhong had the right to appoint people as he wished. No one could say anything. Su Wanqi had no choice but to agree to Wang Zhong's request. Of course, Su Wanqi had accepted Wang Zhong in her heart, so she didn't have any resistance. Fortunately, Wang Zhong didn't completely ignore her. He often bought her things and gave her some comfort. Helplessly, she came to Wang Zhong's office and closed the door. "What's the matter?" Her tone was cold. Wang Zhong raised his eyebrows and said, "I miss you. Come and sit." Su Wanqi hesitated for a moment, but still walked over and sat on Wang Zhong's lap. This was now a tacit understanding between the two. When Wang Zhong was bored, he would call Su Wanqi over from time to play. As for what to play, it would depend on Su Wanqi's performance. After more than an hour, Su Wanqi frowned and said, "Can you not let me come to work in the future?" "So you want me to find someone else?" Wang Zhong smiled. Su Wanqi snorted and didn't say anything. After being with Wang Zhong for so long, Su Wanqi had gradually accepted Wang Zhong. In the past, she had imagined finding a Prince Charming. He didn't have to be rich, but he had to be talented. But now, as her experience grew, she felt that talented men were just like that. Sometimes, when she was with Wang Zhong, although he was a bit of a jerk, and she knew that Wang Zhong had two other women outside, it was fine as long as she didn't hate him. Sometimes, she comforted herself by telling herself that injections were just injections. "Anyway, you already have Yao Bing. She works in the hotel downstairs. You can look for her." Su Wanqi snorted. "Hey, don't you think your figure is better?" Wang Zhong flattered. This flattery made Su Wanqi very happy, but she said helplessly, "I feel like I've gained a lot of weight recently." "Is that so?" "Not bad. I like chubby girls. I'm old. I'm not a girl." Although she was happy, Su Wanqi still felt that she had gained a lot of weight. Now that she thought about it, it was mainly because she was getting busier and busier in the company. She didn't even have time to work out now. "Oh yeah, since the water park and residential area next to our hotel are completed, let's start to attract investors in that residential area. We can open a fitness club next to our hotel." Su Wanqi suggested. "That's not a bad idea." Wang Zhong patted his stomach. Now that he had money, he also felt that he had gained a lot of weight. He needed to work out. Okay, you can do whatever you want. I believe you. Su Wanqi's plan was quickly implemented. In the blink of an eye, Wang Zhong was 28 years old. Now he was much more mature. As the chairman of the Dahai Bay Water Park, he had several residential areas under his name. They were all developed by him. Now, he was considered a celebrity in the city. Many big business owners knew that there was a young man named Li Tu, who used to be a delivery boy but suddenly rose to fame. The outside world calculated the wealth under his name. It added up to tens of billions. In fact, these people didn't know that Wang Zhong had foreign bonds and funds in the stock market. At that time, Wang Zhong didn't take out all of his money to develop this place. Now, he still had 5 to 6 billion outside. Even so, Wang Zhong relied on the assets under his name to become a small boss in the city's rich circle. Sometimes, when a big boss invited him to a meal, he would often be invited. God knows how many beautiful women would throw themselves at him. However, Wang Zhong wasn't someone who would casually accept just anyone. When he accepted Su Xiaoyan, it was because she was honest. With her managing the company, she wouldn't mess around. Yao Bing's words were because she was lucky. Sure enough, with her around, one's luck was good. In fact, when Yao Bing and Chen Jiqiang were together, Chen Jiqiang's luck was also very good. Mao Jianhua was by his side to help him and accidentally met him. If he was still the old Li Tu, his money would have been swindled by Chen Jiqiang. This was fate. Therefore, Wang Zhong took Yao Bing back and indirectly caused Chen Jiqiang's luck to hit rock bottom. As for accepting Su Wanqi, there were 2 reasons. First, Su Wanqi was very capable. Second, the feeling of conquering Su Wanqi made him feel very good. Hello, Director Li. I'm Luo Chengwen. Please take care of me in the future. On this day, a young man came to Wang Zhong's office. This person was the son of a big company's CEO. Perhaps to let him gain experience, he contracted the management of the amusement park. As for the amusement park and the water park, Wang Zhong certainly wouldn't do it all by himself. After all, no matter how rich he was, he still needed to cooperate with others. Firstly, it was to share the risk. Secondly, he didn't have the energy to do it all by himself. Therefore, he let Luo Chengwen contract the management of the amusement park. Every year, Luo Chengwen would give Wang Zhong a certain percentage of the income. It was considered as a rent. Hello, Director Luo. In the future, the amusement park will be handed over to you. I hope you can promote it more. Of course. By the way, this is the first time we meet. I brought some red wine from my father's collection. Luo Chengwen smiled and took out the red wine he brought. This time, he also came to build a good relationship with Wang Zhong. His father said that when they contracted the amusement park in the future, they must build a good relationship with Wang Zhong. He and Wang Zhong were about the same age, so they should get along well. Therefore, he came. Luo Chengwen was also ambitious. He felt that it would be helpful for him to know more rich people. Wow, this red wine is quite expensive. Wang Zhong was now also knowledgeable about some luxury goods. At a glance, he could tell that the red wine was worth a lot. It was at least more than 1 million yuan. It's okay. By the way, I wonder if Director Li is interested in going to the amusement park's completion ceremony today? You can also play some of the rides there. Of course, I'll definitely go and have a look. The other party was so polite, of course, he had to give some face. Luo Chengwen nodded excitedly. Please. Well, I'll ask Director Su to come with me. Wang Zhong called Su Wanqi and told her about going to the amusement park together. The 3 of them took a car to the amusement park. The entrance of the amusement park was already surrounded by a lot of people. This Luo Chengwen was indeed quite capable. In a short period of time, the amusement park's popularity had spread. The opening ceremony was held very smoothly. In the evening, Luo Chengwen even invited Wang Zhong and Su Wanqi to have dinner together. When they went to eat, Luo Chengwen specially called a girl. Soon, a sweet-looking girl ran over. Luo Chengwen, I was still busy just now. What are you looking for me for? Zhao Sheshe, this is Director Li, and this is Director Su. We'll go to eat together later. You should also come with us. When Luo Chengwen saw this girl, his whole person was a lot more energetic. Obviously, he had a special feeling for this girl. Luo Chengwen, I'm here to work, not to eat with you. Do you understand? Zhao Sheshe looked very angry. I'm sorry, Sheshe, I didn't mean that. I don't care what you mean. In short, please respect me in the future. Okay, Sheshe. Then can we eat together? Luo Chengwen said pleadingly. I don't want any special treatment. Luo Chengwen, do you understand? Sometimes I feel very tired here. I don't want to be gossiped about. Zhao Sheshe looked very helpless. This made Luo Chengwen feel even more guilty. I'll let it go this time. Zhao Sheshe sighed and greeted Wang Zhong and Su Wanqi. Luo Chengwen was relieved. Then let's go. Wang Zhong, who was watching from the side, was speechless. Luo Chengwen was too humble in front of this woman. This Zhao Sheshe was indeed somewhat beautiful, but compared to Su Wanqi, her temperament was a lot worse. Moreover, from Zhao Sheshe's clothes were not very good. It could be seen that her family background was ordinary. At first glance, Luo Chengwen was a tall, rich, and handsome man. He was good-looking, had a good family background, and was very hard-working. Such a man should be pursued by many girls, but now he was pursuing such an ordinary girl. The key was that Zhao Sheshe looked like she wanted to be strong and independent. Wang Zhong found it very interesting. From this, he could see that Luo Chengwen was an infatuated man. During dinner, Zhao Sheshe and Su Wanqi went to the toilet together. Luo Chengwen said to Wang Zhong helplessly, Director Li, did I lose face outside just now? In order to pursue this girl, Zhao Sheshe, I gave up a lot. It's okay. The main thing is that you like her. Wang Zhong smiled. Yes, I do like her very much. But I don't know what you like about her. From the looks of it, she doesn't seem to care about you. Wang Zhong said bluntly. Thank you, Director Li, for not beating around the bush with me. In fact, I did pursue her. I can't help it. Zhao Sheshe is the best girl I have ever seen. You know, she is very independent. In order to not let me help her, she would rather find a hard job. I was the one who begged her to come here. Even if she came here, she would not allow me to help her. Once, I gave her an extra 1,000 yuan as a bonus, and she argued with me for more than an hour. Wang Zhong wanted to laugh when he heard it. Was this a good girl? In his opinion, it was not. This was simply a white lotus. What this girl did was to show off. To put it bluntly, she was fishing for rich guys. Chapter 599. The reason why Wang Zhong thought that Zhao Sheshe was acting cool was not without reason. It was very simple. This girl kept saying that she didn't want Luo Chengwen to give her special privileges and didn't want Luo Chengwen to take care of her. But in the end, Luo Chengwen often took better care of her and she finally accepted these benefits. If she wasn't a white lotus, then what was she? Such a girl was like Yi Leiqian. In the eyes of outsiders, Yi Leiqian was very pure. Otherwise, Mao Jianhua wouldn't like her so much. But in fact, Yi Leiqian was doing her own business outside. It was as if she was a different person. Wang Zhong had seen countless people, so it was easy for him to see Zhao Sheshe's appearance. This woman was relying on the fact that Luo Chengwen was a devoted and infatuated man. Hey Mr. Li, I see that Mr. Su is so good to you. Can you teach me how to deal with women? To be honest, Sheshe is giving me a headache. Luo Chengwen said helplessly. Mr. Su is good to me? Yes. Mr. Li. I can see that you two are a good couple. Luo Chengwen smiled and then continued, Hey, if only I could be as good as you, making the person I like obedient. Wang Zhong also tacitly agreed to his relationship with Su Wanqi. He smiled and said, "Why? Can't you handle Zhao Sheshe? As you can see, Zhao Sheshe is too outstanding. She is a self-reliant and self-reliant woman. I wanted to take care of her but was rejected by her. Sigh. But then again, if I can get her, it will be my lifetime's blessing." Luo Chengwen sighed. "That's because your method is wrong. Mr. Li, do you really have a way for me to make Sheshe obedient?" "Of course, and it's very simple," Wang Zhong said lightly. "Mr. Li, you must help me. To be honest, in order to pursue Sheshe, I have a headache. I dream of her every day. I have to be careful in front of her. It makes me lose face in the company." Wang Zhong sighed. Originally, he didn't want to get involved in these troublesome matters, but since Luo Chengwen was his partner, Wang Zhong didn't want Luo Chengwen to lose control of the company because of women. Therefore, he had to give Luo Chengwen an idea. "Actually, with your qualifications, it's very easy to chase girls. After all, your appearance, family background, and job are all pretty good." No, Zhao Sheshe is not the kind of person who is greedy for external appearance. She is a person who values her inner self. Luo Chengwen hurriedly explained. Wang Zhong was amused. "Have you ever thought that she's keeping you in suspense? Whetting my appetite." "That's right. Although it's a little unpleasant to hear, it's also the truth. Think about it. You've helped her time and time again. Although she criticized you and clearly rejected you, didn't she still accept your help in the end?" Wang Zhong had seen many women like this. In a sense, Yao Bing was the same. However, the difference was that Yao Bing had taken the initiative to ask Wang Zhong to help her with something. Although Yao Bing said no, she had actually accepted Wang Zhong in her heart. Moreover, when Yao Bing dissed Wang Zhong, it was all private matters. In front of outsiders, she gave him enough face. When Yao Bing said no, it had actually become a matter of interest between the two of them. However, this Zhao Sheshe was a bit of a bitch. She clearly said that she didn't like Luo Chengwen, but she accepted Luo Chengwen's gift. "If you have the guts, then don't come to work." Wang Zhong's words were a little harsh, and it seemed to have awakened Luo Chengwen. However, Luo Chengwen still felt that it was inconceivable. He defended Zhao Sheshe. "Director Li, although that's the case, I think it's all because I must help Zhao Sheshe. After all, she originally rejected me. I can see that she's not a materialistic girl. But in the end, she accepted your help, didn't she?" Then, Director Li, you mean? It's very simple. If you want to get her, don't spoil her. Don't spoil her. Wang Zhong's words surprised Luo Chengwen because he had never heard of this argument in his life. Yes, there are indeed girls in this world who don't care about material things, but there will never be a person who doesn't care about material things, character, and appearance at the same time. No, you must have misunderstood Sheshe. She's very good. Luo Chengwen was deeply infatuated with Zhao Sheshe. Wang Zhong's words were definitely not right. Then, how about this? Didn't Zhao Sheshe say that she doesn't like you and doesn't like the arrangement you made for her? Then let her suffer a little. Wang Zhong said in a different way. That's not appropriate, right? I don't want her to suffer. Then, do you want to get her? Of course, I want her even in my dreams, but she has no feelings for me. Wang Zhong could see that Luo Chengwen was good at everything except for his lack of confidence. Then listen to me. Suffering a little is nothing. Doesn't she want to rely on herself for everything? Then don't spoil her. If you can't do it, I'll do it for you. Will it really work? Wang Zhong's words made Luo Chengwen have a different idea in his heart. Wang Zhong struck while the iron was hot. Think about it. Let you suffer a little. When she can't stand it anymore, you can help her. Won't she be more grateful to you? Seems like it. In fact, Luo Chengwen was not stupid. It was just that Zhao Sheshe had him under control before, so his brain couldn't think for a while. However, after Wang Zhong's reminder, Luo Chengwen immediately reacted. How about it? They're coming back soon. Wang Zhong smiled faintly. Okay, then how should I make Zhao Sheshe suffer a little? I can't do it. Okay, I'll help you when the time comes. Then, I'll have to trouble you, Brother Li. After chatting for a while, Su Wanqi and Zhao Sheshe returned. Zhao Sheshe naturally didn't know that Luo Chengwen had already decided to make her suffer a little. She was still very arrogant and thought that she was giving Luo Chengwen face by coming over for dinner. After eating, Luo Chengwen originally wanted to show off and send Zhao Sheshe back. However, after Wang Zhong's reminder, he didn't say anything. Sheshe, then take a taxi back later. I'll leave first. Zhao Sheshe was stunned. This was different from what she thought. Based on her understanding of Luo Chengwen, this bootlicker, Luo Chengwen should be in a hurry to ask to send her back. Then, she would use her way of dealing with men and tactfully reject Luo Chengwen. Moreover, she would say to Luo Chengwen that there was no need to send a man and a woman alone. Luo Chengwen would definitely continue to ask to send her back. At that time, she would pretend to be helpless and let him send her back. At the same time, she would let him feel that she was a good woman. She wasn't so easy to woo. This would make Luo Chengwen even more obsessed with her. But now, Luo Chengwen actually didn't send her back. Moreover, after Luo Chengwen finished speaking, he directly left. Zhao Sheshe felt a little confused. However, she wasn't a pushover. She wasn't that easy to bully. She had already figured out Luo Chengwen's mentality very clearly. That was, she had to pretend to be noble in front of him. Only in this way could he pursue her wholeheartedly. Therefore, she didn't beg Luo Chengwen. After nodding to Wang Zhong and Su Wanqi, she left very proudly. After they left, Su Wanqi said in surprise, I can see that Luo Chengwen likes that girl very much. Oh, then tell me why Zhao Sheshe ignored Luo Chengwen? I don't know, but there are only two reasons. Either she's not interested in Luo Chengwen, or she's keeping him in suspense. Su Wanqi's analysis was right. Wang Zhong smiled and said, I think she's keeping him in suspense, so I just asked Luo Chengwen to do this. Then, Wang Zhong told her what he just said to Luo Chengwen. Su Wanqi's eyes widened. You're too bad. What if that girl just wants to find a better man? Besides, you're just guessing. Maybe she really doesn't like Luo Chengwen. Well, how about we make a bet? I dare say that the girl is keeping Luo Chengwen in suspense. Luo Chengwen is ignoring her now, and even deliberately finding some hard work for her to do. After a few days, he'll be able to subdue her. Do you think it's that easy? It's true. I don't believe it. Then do you dare to bet? Let's bet. If it's not like what you said, you're not allowed to let me go to your office during the day. Su Wanqi gritted her teeth and said. Okay. Then let's do it at night. Wang Zhong smiled. But what if I'm right? What do you want to do? When the time comes, I'll buy you some clothes. You have to wear them for me. What the hell are you thinking? Just tell me if you're willing or not. Su Wanqi thought about it. She lost the bet. Anyway, it was just wearing a few clothes. It wasn't a big bet, so she agreed. The next day, Zhao Sheshe came to work at the amusement park. Her current job was to manage some staff. She was very satisfied with this job because she didn't have to do very tiring work. Instead, she managed a lot of staff. This made her feel very accomplished. Of course, in front of Luo Chengwen, she still looked like she didn't want to do it. She reminded Luo Chengwen several times that she had to rely on her own ability. President Luo. As soon as Zhao Sheshe arrived at her office, she saw Luo Chengwen and a group of staff talking about the next work. Seeing Zhao Sheshe come in, Luo Chengwen nodded and smiled. Luo Chengwen, what are you doing here? Zhao Sheshe said coldly. She said to the staff, everyone, go to work. Yes. Manager Zhao. After the group of staff went out, Luo Chengwen smiled and said, how is it? Are you used to it? I'm not used to it. In fact, I don't want you to take care of me. Do you know? If possible, I want to start from the bottom. Luo Chengwen said helplessly. Do you really think so? Of course. Do you know what the staff secretly said about me? They said that I'm a vase. They said that I relied on you to get to the top. You don't know how wronged I am. Zhao Sheshe said angrily. In fact, only Zhao Sheshe herself knew that the staff didn't dare to say anything about her. Especially a few beautiful women, they all secretly said that they envied her. This made Zhao Sheshe very proud. Looking at the angry Zhao Sheshe, Luo Chengwen was also confused. He couldn't help but think of Wang Zhong's words. So he nodded to Zhao Sheshe. Well, from today onwards, I won't take care of you. Work hard. I believe you can do it. Chapter 600. All right then. From today onwards, I won't take care of you. Work hard. I believe you can do it. Luo Chengwen's eyes were incomparably sincere. In fact, he was speaking from the bottom of his heart. Wang Zhong's words did indeed make him doubt Zhao Sheshe's motives, thinking that she was keeping him in suspense. But more than that, Luo Chengwen decided to let go of Zhao Sheshe. In his opinion, Zhao Sheshe was a strong-willed woman. It was not good to restrict her. Since she was unhappy, then let her be. He would not take care of her. All right, I hope you will do as you say. I don't want people to say that I rely on you. Zhao Sheshe said solemnly. She was not worried at all. Every time she said that, Luo Chengwen would still accommodate her. She had tried this trick time and time again. Well, I will definitely do as I say. If there's nothing else, I will leave first. I will give this position to the manager of another amusement park. You can start from the bottom. Before Zhao Sheshe could react, Luo Chengwen had left. Zhao Sheshe was stunned. Why was Luo Chengwen different from before? Shouldn't he be begging her to accept all the benefits like before? She waited anxiously until the afternoon, and finally, the person who would take over her position came. What made her even more speechless was that her current position was to clean the facilities in the amusement park. This work was not only a lot, but also tiring. Most importantly, she had to work under the scorching sun every day. If she continued working like this, wouldn't her delicate skin be tanned? How could this be? Zhao Sheshe was hesitant. Did I go overboard with my acting? I shouldn't have tested Luo Chengwen like this. In fact, she was very satisfied with Luo Chengwen. He was rich, good-looking, and most importantly, had a good temper. She had met him at a dinner table. After roughly understanding his character, Zhao Sheshe took the initiative to approach him. However, when Luo Chengwen offered to help her, she refused. Because she wanted Luo Chengwen to know that she was an independent woman. She did not expect that Luo Chengwen would like her even more. Thus, she continued to pretend like this. But now, it seemed to be different from what she had imagined. She wanted to apologize to Luo Chengwen, but she could not bring herself to do so. Forget it. After all, Luo Chengwen still likes me. I'll work for a while. In the future, he definitely won't bear to let me suffer. When the time comes, I must be more reserved. As Zhao Sheshe thought about it, she began her daily cleaning duties. What Zhao Sheshe didn't expect was that Luo Chengwen hadn't come to her for a month. What she couldn't stand the most was that her salary had suddenly increased from 20,000 to 4,000. She was a young girl and knew that she had to take good care of herself. Her appearance was her biggest asset. However, a mere 4,000 yuan was not enough for her to spend. Finally, she found an opportunity. One time, when Luo Chengwen was at work, she deliberately fell in front of him. As she had expected, Luo Chengwen came over to help her. Are you okay? I'm fine. I just fell. Zhao Sheshe looked at Luo Chengwen. She was waiting for Luo Chengwen to say that he should quit and return to his previous position as a supervisor. When the time came, she would pretend a little and then agree. However, She was disappointed. Luo Chengwen nodded and said, "Seeing that you're working so hard, I'm very happy. Work hard. I think you can do it." After that, Luo Chengwen turned around and left. Zhao Sheshe didn't know what to say. She was extremely regretful. She should have taken the initiative just now to give Luo Chengwen some benefits. In the office, Wang Zhong hugged Su Wanqi and watched the scene of Zhao Sheshe falling in the surveillance video just now. He smiled. How was it? Zhao Sheshe wasn't originally working there, but she deliberately went there early in the morning to meet Luo Chengwen. Now you know that she was pretending, right? This isn't the end. What? This isn't the end? Wang Zhong patted Su Wanqi speechlessly. Zhao Sheshe has already pretended to be like this, and you still say that it isn't the end? Of course, Zhao Sheshe must call Luo Chengwen personally. That's the end. Su Wanqi snorted. Of course, she wouldn't admit defeat so easily. Okay. But if that's the case, it'll be more difficult for Zhao Sheshe. What do you want to do? Wang Zhong smiled calmly and said, "Just watch me when the time comes." The next day, Zhao Sheshe, who was thinking about how to get close to Luo Chengwen, received a piece of shocking news. In order to let her get enough exercise, the higher-ups arranged for her to clean the toilets. There was a large public toilet in the amusement park. People came and went every day, and the environment inside was naturally a mess. How could a little girl like her clean the toilets? Therefore, she immediately called Luo Chengwen. Luo Chengwen, you arranged for me to clean the toilets? Luo Chengwen said, "Yes. Didn't you say that you want to start from the bottom and don't want to rely on me? I think I should respect you. You must be very happy now, right? Don't worry, you just have to do it well. When the HR manager thinks that you can do it, he will transfer you back to your previous position." I'm happy? Happy my ass. Now Zhao Sheshe just wanted to cry. However, she couldn't bring herself to lose face. After thinking about it, she came up with a plan. Luo Chengwen, recently my mother asked me to go on blind dates. I may have to leave here. What? Luo Chengwen was anxious at this time. He originally intended to test Zhao Sheshe, but he didn't want to see Zhao Sheshe leave here. Especially when the woman he loved was going on a blind date. How could this be? At this moment, Luo Chengwen was actually with Wang Zhong. The suggestion of letting Zhao Sheshe clean the toilets was also proposed by Wang Zhong. Luo Chengwen was just about to beg Zhao Sheshe to stay when Wang Zhong pressed on his shoulder, indicating that he shouldn't talk nonsense. Luo Chengwen was very anxious. He didn't understand what Wang Zhong wanted to do. Tell her that I got it. It just so happens that you're going on a blind date, Wang Zhong whispered. Ha! Luo Chengwen was a little confused. But after thinking about it, he could only try. So he said, "You're leaving?" "Well, it just so happens that I'm going on a blind date too." As soon as this sentence came out, Zhao Sheshe's expression changed greatly. She finally knew why Luo Chengwen hadn't contacted her recently. He was definitely not interested in her. This made her extremely regretful. If she had known, she wouldn't have pretended to be pretentious and accepted Luo Chengwen earlier. This was a rare rich second generation that she had lived for so long. Actually, Zhao Sheshe gritted her teeth. Luo Chengwen, actually, I don't want to go on a blind date. I haven't seen you for a few days, and I suddenly feel like I'm missing something. Can we meet? I'll treat you to dinner tonight. Luo Chengwen was ecstatic. Oh my God, his former goddess was asking him out. What a wonderful thing. He originally wanted to agree directly, but fortunately, Wang Zhong shook his head slightly at him and said, "Don't be so excited." Luo Chengwen understood in his heart, and his tone became calm. "Dinner then? I'll see if I have time later." Zhao Sheshe said, "Oh, then I'll wait for your reply." Her tone seemed to be a little disappointed. Wang Zhong took Luo Chengwen's phone and said lightly, "Now you see, as long as you ignore her, she will start to contact you." "Boss Li, then what do you think I should do in the future?" Luo Chengwen was not stupid. He also knew that Zhao Sheshe might have been hanging on to him before. For a moment, he felt that this girl had two faces. That depends on you. Do you like her? Yes, I do like her. I'm very happy when I'm with her. Although sometimes she's a little pretentious, when she's not pretending, she's quite good. She's very cheerful. If you like her, then get her. But don't spoil her too much, understand? Okay. Luo Chengwen went out ecstatically. It was obvious that he wanted to contact Zhao Sheshe. Wang Zhong was not interested in the follow-up of these two people. Instead, he sent a message to Su Wanqi and told her the result. He also said that he had bought 2 sets of clothes for her to wear. Su Wanqi was very disappointed with Zhao Sheshe. She did not expect this woman to be so two-faced. At night, she went to Wang Zhong's office. When she saw the clothes that Wang Zhong took out, she was stunned. One of the clothes was translucent, and the other was hollow. What was the difference between wearing these clothes and the female lead in a romance movie? No, how can I wear these clothes? Su Wanqi said angrily. Mr. Su, you have to be honest. You promised to make this bet with me. Wang Zhong said solemnly. That's not okay. Then I'm going to smoke it. Su Wanqi clenched her teeth. She felt quite helpless. But at this moment, Su Wanqi suddenly covered her throat and frowned. She wanted to vomit. Huh? What's wrong? No. Nothing, it's just that my body hasn't been very good recently. I've been wanting to vomit. No way. Wang Zhong's face became strange. Why don't you go to the hospital for a checkup? Okay. But to be honest, you're not pregnant, are you? It would have been fine if Wang Zhong hadn't said anything. Once he did, even Su Wanqi was shocked. Don't scare me. Wang Zhong spread his hands and said, It's really possible. Su Wanqi frowned. What should I do? I don't want to get pregnant before marriage. At this moment, Wang Zhong was also very helpless. In this life, he wanted to be a jerk. As a jerk, he needed to have a lot of girls around him. If that was the case, he couldn't get married. Do you want it? Wang Zhong asked seriously. Su Wanqi lowered her head and turned her head. I said, I don't want to get pregnant before marriage. Wang Zhong could tell that Su Wanqi wanted him to marry her. But he was still young. As a jerk, how could he get married so early? Then why don't we abort it? Wang Zhong took a deep breath and said helplessly. Su Wanqi looked at Wang Zhong in surprise. Then, she looked disappointed. Jerk, you really are a jerk. After speaking, Su Wanqi reached out her hand and slapped Wang Zhong. Hey, calm down. You'll affect the baby. You don't want the baby anyway. What's there to be afraid of? After speaking, Su Wanqi reacted. Since you don't want the baby, why are you afraid of me affecting the baby? Wang Zhong said helplessly, I was just joking with you. Chapter 601. After listening to Wang Zhong's words, Su Wanqi was relieved. At least, he still wanted her and did not force her to have an abortion. Otherwise, if Wang Zhong forced her, she would be so disappointed that she would definitely leave. What should we do now? Su Wanqi asked. Have a child. But we are not married yet. Sigh. I don't want to get married so early. Do you understand? I know you miss Su Xiaoyan and Yao Bing, right? Yes. Wang Zhong answered simply. They knew me before you. They helped me a lot when I started my career. I can't abandon them now. Do you understand? Su Wanqi lowered her head and suddenly cried. But this time, Wang Zhong did not comfort her. Go back and calm down. In the end, Su Wanqi left. After thinking about it, Wang Zhong called Yao Bing and Su Xiaoyan over and told them about Su Wanqi's pregnancy. Then are you going to marry her? Su Xiaoyan clenched her fists nervously. She was just an ordinary village girl. If it were not for Wang Zhong, she would not be where she was today. So, She was very afraid of losing the villa and car that she owned now. She was afraid that Wang Zhong would not want her. After all, if Wang Zhong got married, it meant that she would have to leave. No woman would allow her man to marry her and have other women outside. I will not marry anyone, but I can promise that we can live well as a family. Wang Zhong thought for a long time and felt that this was the best way. He could fulfill the original owner's wish of being a scumbag and take care of the girls around him. I have something to do. I will leave first. After listening to Wang Zhong, Yao Bing got up and left. Wang Zhong didn't stop her as he understood that Yao Bing was a girl with normal values. She wouldn't mess around with others for no reason. Su Xiaoyan did not leave. Instead, she held Wang Zhong's hand and said with red eyes, "Brother Li, I will support you no matter what you do. I'll take good care of you." Wang Zhong sighed and said truthfully, "Yes, I believe you." Su Xiaoyan quickly nodded. For the next few days, Wang Zhong didn't contact anyone. However, he took some time to go upstairs to take a look at Su Wanqi's workplace. She still came to work every day as usual. After all, this place was her blood, sweat, and tears. She couldn't just abandon it. In order to make Su Wanqi feel at ease, he would cook some soup for her every day. This made Su Wanqi's attitude towards him finally soften a little, and she no longer mentioned marriage. As for Yao Bing, Wang Zhong did not visit her. Instead, he turned to Yao Bing's mother. He would often send some things to her and beat around the bush to tell her about his quarrel with Yao Bing. Bing Bing is such a prideful child. Li too, you're the sensible one. Don't lower yourself to her level. Seeing Wang Zhong's gift, Yao Bing's mother, Shanli's hen, couldn't stop smiling. A rich person was indeed a rich person. He brought a gift of more than 10,000 yuan with just one trip. This was much better than Chen Jiqiang. That guy, every time he came over, he would bring some fruits that were only worth a few dozen yuan. After interacting with Shanli's hen a few times, Wang Zhong understood her temper. She was greedy for money. This woman only liked two things. One was money, and the other was her precious daughter. Therefore, she hoped that her daughter could marry into a good family. After knowing that Shanli's hen was greedy for money, Wang Zhong was overjoyed. He was afraid that you didn't love money. As long as you loved money, it would be fine. Therefore, after sending a few expensive gifts, Shanli's hen was closer to Wang Zhong than to her own daughter. Because of this, Shanli's hen helped Wang Zhong persuade Yao Bing to get along with Wang Zhong. Only then could they have children. She couldn't wait for Yao Bing and Wang Zhong to get married quickly and have children. Then, she could tie Wang Zhong tightly. "Bing Bing, Li Tu came to see me again today. He said that you ignored him for a long time. You child, he already came to apologize. Forget it. That's enough." Today, Yao Bing got off work late. Once she got home, Shanli's hen started to persuade her again. Yao Bing was helpless. "Mom, since you like Li Tu so much, why don't you marry him?" "Child, how can you say that?" Shanli's hen thought that if she was younger, she would be willing too. The problem was that he didn't want to. "Mom, you don't have to care about my matters." "Then why aren't you reconciling with Li Tu?" "Do you know why I ignored him?" "You don't know anything." Looking at her mother's expression, Yao Bing knew that she didn't know anything. However, she reckoned that even if she knew that Wang Zhong had a mistress outside, her mother would still say, "Money is the way of the king. What's wrong with him having a few more mistresses? He likes you, gives you money, and takes good care of you." That's right. This was Shen Lijian's logic. But to be honest, most people in modern society thought this way. Previously, when Yao Bing was looking for a villa, she heard from an agent that a big boss in their neighborhood bought 3 villas for his first, second, and third wives to live in. The basement was opened up so that the 3 villas could be moved around underground. The basement was equipped with a mahjong room, gym, and swimming pool. When they were free, the rich man and his 3 wives would play mahjong. At that time, Yao Bing was shocked. He has so many wives. Are they harmonious? The agent's words made her extremely shocked. Because the agent said that they were very harmonious, and the reason was because they were rich. In modern society, money couldn't buy everything, but it could definitely buy happiness. Although the husband was shared, everyone was rich. As long as the husband didn't go overboard, no one would say anything. On the contrary, even if they were a loving couple, if they didn't have money, their love would be useless because they wouldn't be happy. At that time, Yao Bing didn't agree with the agent's words. But after hearing her mother's words, she sighed. Perhaps this was her fate. She had previously considered whether she should let go of Wang Zhong. But she suddenly realized that she couldn't bear to part with Wang Zhong. Moreover, she was living a happy life now. She lived in a villa and drove a luxury car. Some of her former best friends were envious of her. Everyone had a sense of vanity, and Yao Bing also enjoyed this kind of gaze. Yao Bing stopped talking. Shen Li's hen continued to persuade her. Listen to me. Do you understand? But Mom, Li Tu said that he doesn't want to get married. Why? Shen Li's hen stared. He's afraid of marriage. Yao Bing didn't know why she helped Wang Zhong hide it. She thought about it. Maybe she didn't want to make a big deal out of it. Or maybe she didn't want to break up. It's okay if you don't want to get married. It's fine as long as you two are together. When you have a child, you don't have to be afraid that he won't want you. Oh. Yao Bing accepted her fate. The next day, Wang Zhong came to find her. Yao Bing's face was cold, but her attitude was much better. I bought some groceries. Why don't we invite Su Xiaoyan and Wan Qi for dinner tonight? Wang Zhong was stunned. He was still thinking about how to persuade Yao Bing. He didn't expect Yao Bing to bring it up herself. Bing Bing, you're really my lucky star. Wang Zhong couldn't help but kiss Yao Bing. This made Yao Bing angry and amused. She rolled her eyes at Wang Zhong. Don't be so happy. I didn't invite them to dinner to let you go. Although Yao Bing looked unhappy, Wang Zhong was very happy. He knew Yao Bing. If Yao Bing was spoiled, it meant that she was happy. If she wasn't spoiled, she must be really angry. Then, Yao Bing personally went to Su Wanqi's office. Wang Zhong didn't know what they were talking about. After he came out, Yao Bing and Su Wanqi went shopping. They went to the baby market and bought folic acid for the baby's crib in the future. Looking at the piles of things, Wang Zhong was overjoyed. He knew that Su Wanqi was ready to have a child. At night, Wang Zhong had dinner with them. Yao Bing's cooking was good. She cooked a table full of delicious dishes. In fact, the three girls had known each other for a long time, so they were very harmonious during dinner. This made Wang Zhong very happy. Sister Wanqi, you already have a child. It's not convenient for you to live alone. Why don't you move in with us? When they were almost done eating, Su Xiaoyan suggested. She then looked at Yao Bing. Sister Bing Bing, you can come too. If you live together, you can take care of each other. Su Xiaoyan's suggestion was made by Wang Zhong. However, he said that it was definitely not suitable, so the difficult task was given to Su Xiaoyan. Su Xiaoyan was the youngest among them and the most obedient. If Yao Bing and Su Wanqi wanted to, they definitely wouldn't refuse. Sure enough, after hearing Su Xiaoyan's suggestion, Su Wanqi nodded slightly. Okay then. But Li Tu, you can't live here. It's inconvenient. F*CK, what's inconvenient about that? Wang Zhong really wanted to question her. Yao Bing also nodded. Yes, it's indeed inconvenient. Li Tu, you're living next door anyway. Wang Zhong pointed at his nose. You're bullying me on purpose. You have a problem with that? Su Wanqi snorted. She was also someone with a child now. Her attitude was very arrogant. Fine, fine. You're ruthless. Wang Zhong was speechless. The next day, Wang Zhong arranged for a moving company. Yao Bing and Su Wanqi moved in. Su Xiaoyan didn't need to be mentioned. She originally lived here. A year later, Su Wanqi gave birth to a daughter. She was very cute. Su Wanqi was very weak when she was pushed out of the delivery room. Fortunately, she saw Wang Zhong and her two good friends. It's a daughter. So cute. Su Xiaoyan was very happy. Yao Bing was also very envious. She really wanted to have a child of her own. What's her name? Let's call her Li Qiqi. Wang Zhong thought about it and came up with a name. Why this name? Su Xiaoyan didn't understand. There's a qi in Wanqi's name. This way, our daughter's name will have both of our names. Wang Zhong explained. Su Wanqi smiled sweetly. Li Qiqi. With a child, the house became much livelier. As his business grew bigger and bigger, Wang Zhong's reputation also grew. Wang Zhong came from the countryside and was very far away. But even so, his reputation spread to the countryside. Many villagers knew that Li Tu, an honest man, had become a big entrepreneur. Chapter 602. Have you heard? Li Tu, the son of the Li family, is rich now. I saw him on the news last time. He built the Dahai Bay water park. You just heard about it? He even developed real estate. The last time I went to his city, I saw a large photo of him at the entrance of a residential area. It was pasted on the wall. He's the boss. Li Tu used to live in the Li family village. It was a remote mountain village. Li Tu's parents were from the same village. After Li Tu's father left, Li Tu's mother took care of him. His mother died of illness when he was in high school. Li Tu never went back since then. However, everyone in the village still remembered this honest child. They didn't expect that the honest child back then would be so rich now. No wonder Li Tu doesn't come back. He's living in a villa and driving a luxury car. Yeah. If I see him outside in the future, I must talk to him and ask him to do some work for me. Some villagers who were responsible for their daily lives sighed with emotion. More and more people knew about Li Tu's wealth. Soon, Li Erqing knew about it. Li Erqing was Li Tu's father. He had been living in the city after he got together with another woman. However, he didn't have much ability. Therefore, his family of three was still living in a small shabby house. His biggest dream was that their house could be demolished. However, he was in his 50s now. There was still no sign of demolition, which made him feel helpless. He had to face his wife's nagging every day. She said that he didn't have much ability and couldn't save money at his age. His son, Li Gao, didn't live up to his expectations either. He only knew how to drink and smoke every day. He hung out with a bunch of hooligans in school. Li Erqing felt angry whenever he saw the mother and son. Although Li Erqing didn't go back to the village for a long time, he still kept in touch with some villagers. Soon, he heard that his son, Li Tu, had become a big boss. He was worth at least a few billion yuan. What? A few billion yuan? That night, Li Erqing was stunned when he received a call from a villager. 20%? You still don't know? This is your son, your biological son. Your biological son is already so rich, and as his father, you still don't know? The person on the other end of the phone was a village cadre. This time, he contacted Li Erqing because he knew that Wang Zhong was rich. He wanted Li Erqing to find Wang Zhong and ask him to build roads for the village. This was also very normal. Whenever a rich or famous person appeared in a place, the village chief would hope that these people would help their hometown. However, the village chief couldn't contact Wang Zhong. Although Wang Zhong was now a well-known figure and often appeared on television, it was too difficult to contact him. Therefore, he found Li Erqing in the phone book and contacted him. However, the village head didn't know that Li Erqing had long forgotten about Li Tuesday. After being reminded, he remembered that he had a son and a wife in the past. I haven't seen him for many years. But village chief, has my son really become a big boss? Li Erqing said in shock. What? You don't believe me? If you don't believe me, You can search for Li Tu, the CEO of Dahai Bay Group. Okay. I'll check right away. Wait, from what I heard, you didn't contact your son either. Li Urching said casually, I couldn't find any way to contact him at that time. Then it's over. Your son is rich now. If he's ruthless, he might just ignore you because you didn't care about him. The old village chief knew Li Urching's character, so he didn't hold back when he spoke. How dare he? Hearing the village chief's words, Li Urching became arrogant. So what if he is rich? No matter how rich he is, I am still his father. How dare he ignore me? Whatever you say. Anyway, I don't need you to talk about building roads for the village. The village head wasn't a brainless person. Since Li Urching didn't have any contact with Li Tu might not have any feelings for Li Urching and might even hate him. If that was the case, wouldn't asking him to talk about fixing the road be the same as asking for a gun? Therefore, he thought that he might as well do it himself. Got it. Li Urching unceremoniously hung up the phone and suddenly burst into laughter. He didn't expect that he would have the chance to make a fortune at such an old age. Although the money wasn't his, it was Li Tu's. But Li Tu was his son. His son's money was his father's money. Although he had never spent a single cent on Li Tu, he was still Li Tu's father. Thinking of this, he was overjoyed. He could already imagine what it would be like when he had a net worth of hundreds of millions. He would buy a luxury car, but he didn't have a driver's license. That was fine. He could hire a driver, and a female one at that. Then, he would buy a villa with a swimming pool. Then, he would keep a few young models and have a pool party at home. Although Li Urching was old, he was still young. He often envied rich people. What are you laughing about? Li Urching's current wife, Du Xiaohong, walked in with a broom. Du Xiaohong was short and fat. Plus, she was old and had poor skin. She didn't know how to dress up, so her skin was even rougher than his. Glancing at his wife, Li Urching felt disdain. Ugly, too ugly. When he was rich in the future, he would dump this kind of wife. I heard something about billions just now. You said that Li Tu is rich? Du Xiaohong asked again. Yes, he is a big boss now. Li Urching didn't plan to hide it. After all, if he wanted to find Wang Zhong, he would need Du Xiaohong's support. Although Du Xiaohong looked ordinary, she had a bad temper. Li Urching was afraid of her. Back then, he had approached Du Xiaohong purely because Du Xiaohong's family was from the city and had a house. This house was worth hundreds of thousands at that time. Big boss? How big is he? Du Xiaohong's eyes lit up when she heard the word, big boss. In the past, she forbade Li Urching from contacting his son. Li Urching didn't have that idea at first. But if Li Urching's son became a big boss, he would definitely contact him. Billions. Dahai Bay Group is my son's. Seeing Du Xiaohong's expectant face, Li Urching became arrogant. Billions. Du Xiaohong's eyes widened. Haha, our family is rich, our family is rich. Li Urching cursed in his heart. Gosh. Useless. He thought about giving Du Xiaohong a few 100,000 to send her away. As for his son, Li Gao, if he was obedient, he would give him 8,000 to 10,000 every month. If not, he would get lost. Li Urching was such a ruthless person. Except for himself, he didn't care about anyone else. Of course, Du Xiaohong didn't know what Li Urching was thinking. She immediately asked, "Is it true? Where did you get this news?" The village chief said that my son is the CEO of Dahai Bay Group. Alright, ask my son to come here and check on the computer. Okay. Li Gao was already 20 years old. He was playing a red alert game. When he heard his parents calling him, he came over reluctantly. What's wrong? Li Gao frowned. I am playing a game. Why are you calling me? You are an adult and still playing games. Li Urching scolded. Anyway, our family is rich. What's wrong with letting our son play for a while? Du Xiaohong snorted. Okay, Okay. It's all because you spoiled him. Son, check on this person. His name is Li Tu, Dahai Bay Group. Why? Li Gao didn't understand. He might be the son of my ex-wife and I. He is rich. He has a net worth of several billion. Li Erching was very proud. His son was so rich. He felt that he was about to reach the peak of his life. What? Several billion? Li Gao was shocked. He was not stupid. The son of his father and ex-wife was still a son. He was rich and had the obligation to give money to his father. When his father was rich, wouldn't they be rich too? Li Gao was usually ignorant and incompetent in school. But he got to know a group of bad friends and spent a lot of money. If he had a brother with a net worth of several billion, he would be a rich second generation in school. At that time, he could easily win over the class belle. No, not only the class belle, but also the school belle. When he thought about how those school beauties were usually high and mighty, as if they were above the common populace, his heart burned with passion. Rejected my pursuit? Humph, I will smash you guys with money. Li Gao thought proudly. Then, he quickly searched for it on the computer. Dahai Bay Group was now Wang Zhong's company name. He searched for Li Tu's name again and found it. Looking at the resume, Li Gao was surprised. Dahai Bay Group's CEO, Li Tu. Dad, it's really your son. Li Gao was so excited that his eyes almost turned red. This was his father's son, which meant his brother. My brother is actually a big boss. No, I can't call him boss. Boss is too vulgar. I should call him CEO. Li Erching didn't say anything. He just stared at Wang Zhong's photo on the computer. Wang Zhong was now a public figure. So there were some photos of him participating in activities on the internet. Li Erching was shocked when he saw this. He didn't know Wang Zhong. It was no wonder. Li Tu hadn't seen him since he was young. How would he know what he looked like now? But it didn't matter. The village chief was definitely right. This person was his son. Ha ha ha, Li Erching said proudly. I will contact Li Tu tomorrow. When we have money, we will sell this shabby house and live in a villa. Dad, I want to buy a car. My classmates all drive cars. Buying a car is nothing. You are so useless. When the time comes, I will buy you a car and a house. Li Erching waved his hand. It's just money. I will ask Li Tu for it. I am rich. I am going to show it to my neighbors. It's just a gold necklace and a gold bracelet. I will buy 8 or 10 of them. Du Xiaohong thought about it happily. Li Erching smiled disdainfully. Gossips are always gossips. Useless. Chapter 603. When Li Erching's family was dreaming of getting rich, 2 days later, Wang Zhong took Su Wanqi out of the hospital. Sister Wanqi, this child is so similar to you. Su Xiaoyan was very diligent. She took the initiative to take care of the child, rushing to do all the dirty and tiring work. Yao Bing went downstairs to cook a nutritious meal. Su Wanqi prepared a mother's milk for the child, so it had to be nutritious. Looking at the busy family, Wang Zhong was very pleased. He didn't expect that being a scumbag was quite good. The soup is here. Yao Bing, wearing an apron, went upstairs with 3 bowls of soup. The biggest bowl was placed on Su Wanqi's bedside table. Thank you, Bing Bing. Su Wanqi looked at Su Xiaoyan, who was busy, and said, Thank you, Xiaoyan. Su Wanqi was very emotional now. At first, she was a little worried about living together. Because there were many stories about the intrigue in the harem on TV, she was worried that these things would happen to her. Before she moved in, she decided that if she was really unhappy, she would move out. She didn't expect that after moving in, she felt quite happy. She had 2 good sisters, and they took good care of her and her daughter during the confinement period. She couldn't help but say thank you. Sister Wanqi, there's no need to thank me. If you want to eat something in the future, you must tell me. I'm the best at cooking. Well, thank you for your hard work. It's not hard. It's my duty to serve Sister Wanchi. Seeing such a harmonious scene, Wang Zhong was very happy. He was just about to pick up a bowl of soup to drink when he was hungry. Slap. However, Yao Bing's small hand slapped Wang Zhong's hand away. Yours is downstairs. Go get it yourself. Ah. Wang Zhong was speechless. Why don't you help me get it? How can I carry so much? You see, we're all busy. You're the only one who doesn't do anything. Yao Bing said angrily. Xiaoyan, why don't you let me have a sip of yours? Wang Zhong turned to Su Xiaoyan. Su Xiaoyan listened to him the most. However, he did not expect Su Xiaoyan to refuse. She shook her head and said, I'm hungry too. Brother Li, you can go downstairs and get the food yourself. Sure enough, it was 3 women making a scene. If he put them together, he would immediately lose his status. Yao Bing gave Su Xiaoyan a thumbs up as soon as she went downstairs. Little Yen, it's good to refuse. Embarrassed, Su Xiaoyan asked, Am I too fierce? How is it too fierce? That's good. You have to let him know how powerful you are. Do you understand? Let's see if he dares to bully you in the future. So this was all taught by Yao Bing. It was no wonder that Yao Bing was usually so arrogant. While the two of them were talking, Wang Zhong had just finished scooping the soup when a phone call came in. Wang Zhong looked at it. It was an unknown number, but he still picked up the phone. Hello. Li Tu? It's me, Li Tu. Who are you? Wang Zhong was puzzled. The voice on the other side was very agitated. It sounded a little old, but he still couldn't figure out who it was. I'm your father, Li Ercheng. Li Ercheng said in one breath. He was too agitated. He finally heard his son's voice. Of course, he wasn't agitated because of his son, but because of money. This was the voice of a rich son. He seemed to smell the scent of money. However, the next sentence made Li Ercheng dumbfounded. Are you crazy? Who is Li Ercheng? Wrong number. Slap. Wang Zhong hung up the phone after saying that. He was indeed puzzled. An unknown number claimed to be his father. Strange things were happening more and more these days. Previously, there were countless beautiful women who fainted around him for no reason. Then, there were suddenly beautiful women who sent him sexy photos out of nowhere. Now, there was even someone claiming to be his father. Ding ling ling. The call came in again. At the same time, there was a message. Li Tu, it's me. I'm your father. Li Ercheng, I miss you so much. Seeing the message, Wang Zhong frowned. He didn't think much about it before, but now that he saw the name Li Ercheng, memories of the past came to his mind. Li Ercheng, he remembered. He was the father of the original Li Tu who abandoned his wife and son. Li Ercheng was used to idling around. Back then, his uncle Li Deshang couldn't stand it anymore and went to Hong Kong. He didn't expect to make a fortune there. Later, when he saw that Li Ercheng was a hopeless case, he didn't contact him and left all his assets to him. If he hadn't transmigrated, according to Li Tu's normal path, his 100 million would have been lost to his classmates and friends, and Li Ercheng would have lost it too. At this point, Wang Zhong knew everything. That father of his had contacted him. However, Wang Zhong ignored it and deleted the message without hesitation. The call came again. It was a little annoying, so he blocked it. Sorry, the number you have dialed is unavailable. Huh? It's off. Li Ercheng had a bad feeling when he heard the voice. He pulled a lot of strings and finally found this number from Li Tu's old school. Li Tu didn't change his phone number after he graduated, so he tried to call him. He didn't expect it to go through. His original plan was to tell Li Tu about his past mistakes. He had thought about it. He would say that he was forced to leave because he had no other choice back then. He had no choice but to leave. All these years, he had been thinking about him and wanted to see him. When they met, it would be time for him to reunite with his father. In this day and age, people didn't advocate respecting the old and caring for the young. Li Tu was a big boss. He could just give him a few $100 million to spend. But now, the phone was turned off. How is it? Du Xiaohong asked nervously. He might not know it's me. He hung up and turned off his phone. Li Erqing frowned. What? Turned off? Li Gao was anxious. Dad, you are my brother's father. How could he turn off his phone? Damn it. He might not know it's me. It's my fault for not making it clear. Li Erqing didn't want to lose face and didn't want to talk about how he abandoned his wife and son. Dad, didn't you send him a message? Maybe he didn't see it. Anyway, his phone is turned off. No, I suspect that he blacklisted you, because after blacklisting, the phone will be turned off. Li Gao said. What? He blacklisted me. Li Erqing was furious. He was Li Tu's father. Even if he abandoned him when he was young, he was still his father. How could he blacklist him? He was too unfilial. How could there be such a despicable person in this world? Take my phone and call him. Talk to him nicely. Du Xiaohong took her phone. Okay. Li Erqing made another call. Soon, Wang Zhong picked up the phone. Li Erqing took a deep breath and said, Son, I'm your father, Li Erqing. I miss you so much. Are you crazy? Wang Zhong hung up and blacklisted him again. Let's see how many numbers you have. This time, Li Erqing's face was completely dark. Dad, brother doesn't seem to care about you. Li Gao said speechlessly. Don't worry. After all, I haven't contacted him for so many years. It's normal that he doesn't know me. Let's go over. Li Erqing made this decision. In his opinion, he couldn't explain it clearly over the phone. He had to see it with his own eyes. He believed that the blood relationship would move Li Tuesday. After all, he was the father. This relationship couldn't be changed. He even thought about how to say it. He would say that he went to look for him, and he even prepared some gifts, such as peanuts and fava beans. Think about it. A father looking for his son from afar and bringing many local specialties. Li Tu would definitely be moved. Although the peanuts and fava beans were leftovers at home, the thought was more important than the gift. Anyway, his son was rich. He wouldn't care about these things. Yes, we must look for brother. When will Dad go? Let's go together. Li Gao was very excited now. Tomorrow, we will buy tickets together. I don't believe that he will ignore me when he sees me. Yes, let's go together. Du Xiaohong nodded and quickly went to pack her things. Li Tu, who called just now. Yao Bing went downstairs with an empty bowl and asked, My dad. Wang Zhong said indifferently. Ah, your dad. Then why did you hang up? I will tell you later when I go upstairs. Now, I want to punish you. This woman deliberately didn't serve him soup and taught Su Xiaoyan to be disobedient. He must punish her. What do you want to do? Yao Bing was shocked. He hugged Yao Bing. Will you serve me soup in the future? I will. Of course not. Wang Zhong smiled. Give me a kiss. Yao Bing of course wouldn't admit defeat so easily. But under Wang Zhong's tickling attack, she quickly begged for mercy. She was laughing so hard that tears almost came out of her eyes. Okay, I will give you a kiss. Okay. Yao Bing said bitterly. Then, she leaned over and said, Then can you accompany me tonight? The sun rose from the west. Yao Bing was actually so proactive. But Wang Zhong wasn't someone to be trifled with. He flatly refused. No, I am not free. You. Yao Bing fiercely pinched Wang Zhong's waist. Okay, I am just joking with you. I am giving you face. Yao Bing rolled her eyes at Wang Zhong. Let's go upstairs. After dinner, get ready to rest. Wang Zhong and Yao Bing went upstairs. But Wang Zhong didn't mention his dad's call. After all, Li Tu's dad wasn't very good. If he mentioned it, Yao Bing and the others would be annoyed. After a few days of peace, Wang Zhong had forgotten about his father, Li Erqing. He went to work on time every day. Because Su Wanqi had just given birth, he had to do all the big and small things in the company. Wang Zhong had already outsourced his job as an intermediary to earn some money. Meanwhile, Su Xiaoyan had been transferred to the water park to manage it. Today, Wang Zhong went to work as usual. When he was about to take a break at noon, the front desk called. "Director Li, a family is looking for you." "Who is it?" Wang Zhong asked. "A man said he is your dad. He even took out a picture of you when you were young." Chapter 604. A man claimed to be your father and even took out a picture of you when you were a child. The receptionist looked at the family speechlessly and said, "In principle, if some strange people came to find the boss, as the receptionist, she wouldn't bother with them. However, this Li Erqing was different. He kept saying that he was her boss's long-lost father. He even took out a yellowed and moldy old photo. Li Erqing had found this photo from the bottom of the box. It was taken not long after Li Tu was born, and it was the only photo he had. Because he did look similar to Li Tu, the receptionist did not dare to neglect and made an exception to call. Who knew that Wang Zhong would scold him the moment he heard this? "Are you retarded? My parents died long ago. Where did my father come from? Ask the security to kick them out." Wang Zhong certainly knew who was looking for him, so he did not want to meet them at all. "Got it, Boss Li." The receptionist hung up the phone and her eyes immediately became cold. Li Erqing's family of 3, who were waiting in the hall, sat on the sofa and looked around the magnificent hall. "This is my son's company. It's really magnificent." Li Erqing could not help but tidy up his clothes. In the future, he would also be the boss here. No, he would be more powerful than the boss. He would be the boss's father. The receptionist was good-looking and had a nice figure. He could consider her as his mistress. Du Xiaohong was looking around curiously. Their family was going to be rich soon. Her husband recognized Li Tu as his son and they would also be famous. Her son would also have a job in the future. She would let her son work here. The receptionist was good-looking and had a nice figure. She could consider letting her son pursue her. But after thinking about it, Du Xiaohong felt that it was not suitable. Her son would be a rich man in the future. How could he marry a receptionist? Li Gao was sitting upright at this time. The receptionist had called his elder brother and he would come down soon. He would be a rich man in the future. Thinking of this, he glanced at the curvy front and back of the receptionist. It was indeed a big company. Even the receptionist was so beautiful. When he came to work here under his elder brother's care, he must find a way to pursue her. Of course, he must also get the prettiest girl in the school. Thinking of this, he took out his phone and sent a photo of the scene to the class group. Because it was a holiday, many students were playing with their phones, so they all asked where Li Gao was. This company looked really grand. Li Gao proudly sent a message. "My brother's company, Dahai Bay Group." Many of the students in the group were knowledgeable. When they heard this, they were all stunned. "Li Gao, the Dahai Bay Group is worth billions, so the big boss is your brother?" "My dad is a contractor. There's a job for the Dahai Bay Group. The boss is called Li Tu and Li Gao." Although both of your surnames are Li, who doesn't know your family name? The person who sent this message was a student who had a conflict with Li Gao in the past. The two of them were not on good terms, so after seeing Li Gao's message, he deliberately teased Li Gao. After reading the message, Li Gao was instantly annoyed. What did he mean by, "who doesn't know your family name"? This guy was obviously looking down on him and despising his family. Li Gao was not convinced. He continued to send another message. "Li Tu and I have the same father but different mothers. My dad was divorced before, but now my dad and my elder brother have reconciled. This time, my elder brother sent a luxury car to pick me up." This part was obviously bragging, but to Li Gao, this bragging was very satisfying. "Really? No way, Li Gao. Li Tu is so nice to you that he sent a luxury car to pick you up? Li Tu, you must treat us. With such a rich elder brother, you must treat us to a good meal. Seeing so many compliments in the group, Li Gao was overjoyed. Then he continued to send another message. Treating is not a big deal. When the time comes, I'll invite you to come here and have fun. Then Li Tu took a photo of the luxury car parked in front of the door. This time, there was another round of flattery in the group. Even Li Tu's homeroom teacher could not help but praise him. He even asked if the Dahai Bay water park was fun. Li Tu, of course it is. My elder brother is the boss here. Come and have fun. It's free. Of course, Li Tu knew that it was not good to brag like this. But so what? His elder brother was coming down soon. Once he reconciled, he would be the boss's younger brother. As the boss's younger brother, wouldn't it be easy to invite some people over? As for the luxury car to pick up his classmates, what was wrong with using it? Not only did he need to use the car, but he also needed money. Just as the family of 3 was dreaming of getting rich, 3 security guards came in unexpectedly. Of course, the 3 security guards did not chase them away immediately. Instead, the receptionist came over first and said politely, "I'm sorry, I just talked to Mr. Li on the phone." Li Urchin could not help but straighten his clothes and was about to ask the receptionist to invite him upstairs. Li Gao was so excited that his face turned red. Du Xiaohong also held her head high and was ready to be a rich lady. Unfortunately, the receptionist's next sentence stunned them. Mr. Li said that his parents passed away long ago. So, I'm sorry, you might have mistaken him for someone else. The receptionist's face was 30% polite, 30% embarrassed, and 40% disdainful as she handed the photo over. In her heart, she was muttering, "I've lived for a long time. This family must be crazy for money. Taking a photo that looks like Mr. Li and saying that he is his father. What the hell?" Fortunately, the receptionist had a good temper and was well-mannered. Otherwise, she would have asked the security guards to chase them away. What? His parents passed away long ago? Nonsense. I'm right in front of him. How can he say that I'm dead? Li Urchin glared at the receptionist and scolded, "Are you talking nonsense?" "That's right. My father is Li Tu's father. The photo is here." Li Gao also shouted angrily. Wang Zhong was now his shortcut to becoming a rich second generation. It was also his shortcut to pursuing the campus belle and keeping a young model. How could Li Tu not acknowledge him? Mr. Li said it himself. "Now get out." The receptionist was not polite anymore. "Nonsense. Get out of my way. I want to see Li Tuesday." "Yes. Let us see him." Du Xiaohong pointed at the receptionist with her hands on her hips and shouted angrily. She thought that the receptionist was pretty good and wanted her to be her son's daughter-in-law. Now, there was no way. Li Urchin thought the same. When he acknowledged Wang Zhong as his son, he must fire the receptionist. If not, he must teach Li Tu a lesson. Well, he didn't teach him when he was young. Now he wanted to teach Wang Zhong a lesson. The receptionist gave the security guards a look. The security guards understood. The leader of the security guards walked over with a cold face. "Gentlemen, this is a public place. If you want to acknowledge your father, please find the right way. Don't make trouble here." "We are making trouble. What's your name?" "Li Tiniu, right? When I acknowledge your boss as my son, I will fire you." Li Urchin looked at the badge on the security guard's chest and said. However, his words immediately provoked some people to laugh at him. These laughs made Li Urchin even angrier. Li Tu was really his son. When he saw Li Tu and acknowledged his father, he would make you cry. "Ouch, don't push me." Du Xiaohong fell to the ground and started to make a scene. "Ouch, someone hit me, someone hit me. Ask your boss Li Tu to come out. He doesn't even want me as his mother." "What are you waiting for?" Boss Li said to drive all the troublemakers out. The receptionist said to Li Tiniu. "Yes." Li Tiniu nodded. It was not easy for him to get the position of the security guard leader. He did not want to lose his job because of this. He nodded to his partners, and two of them carried Du Xiaohong out. The others pushed Li Erqing and Li Gao out. "You are not allowed to come here. Leave now or we will call the police." After driving the three out, Li Tiniu threatened. "You wait. I will fire you sooner or later." Li Erqing was still fantasizing about the scene when he became the boss's father. "Bah, why don't you take a piss and look at yourself? Who do you think you are? If I am Boss Li's father, I am a god." Li Tiniu scolded in a low voice. As a security guard, he hated troublemakers because if he did not do a good job, the boss would scold him. After leaving the Dahai Bay group building, Li Erqing, Li Gao and Du Xiaohong's faces were very ugly. Especially Du Xiaohong. Her long hair was messed up just now. She looked like a crazy woman. "It's all your fault, you useless thing. Even your son doesn't recognize you." Du Xiaohong vented her anger on Li Erqing. She even poked Li Erqing's face with her hand. Li Erqing was poked a few times. He snorted and said, "Then what can I do? Damn it, I can't even see your face. As long as I see Li too, I have a way to let him know that I am his father." "Your words are better than a song," Du Xiaohong said disdainfully. Li Erqing was also angry. He found Du Xiaohong more and more unpleasant. When he was rich, he must divorce this B***tch and let her know that he, Li Erqing, also had a temper. But he didn't dare to do that now. The financial power of the family was controlled by Du Xiaohong. Now that it was divided, it was not easy for him to have a meal outside. Li Gao didn't say anything. He just looked at his phone with an ugly face. The classmate group was full of compliments for him. "Li Gao, you are rich. Don't forget us in the future. When will you treat us to a meal? I heard that the Dahai Bay water park is very fun. Li Gao, when will you take us there?" In addition to these words, even the class bell sent him a private message and asked him whether it was far away. In fact, Li Gao also understood that the class bell was not really asking him. She was just trying to get close to him. But even so, it still made him very excited. The class bell used to ignore him and even despise him. But now, the class bell actually sent him a private message. But soon he was a little unhappy. Li Gaoting loved to act pretentious. However, the prerequisite for him to agree to these conditions was that he had to acknowledge Wang Zhong as his family. But who knew it would be like this? For a moment, he didn't know what to say. "Li Gao, are you there?" The class bell saw that Li Gao didn't reply and asked. Chapter 605. Li Gao was excited when he saw the message from the prettiest girl in the class. He thought about it and decided to send a message. Although he hadn't recognized her yet, he couldn't embarrass himself in front of his goddess. "I just chatted with my big brother." Li Gao sent a message. "Wow, you really met your big brother? I saw your big brother Li too on the news once. He's really as handsome as you." The prettiest girl in the class was not an ordinary person. Seeing that Li Gao had found a rich big brother, she started to flatter him. At this moment, Li Gao felt like he was floating. The prettiest girl in the class actually praised him. God, the prettiest girl in the class actually praised him for being handsome. "What are you talking about now?" the prettiest girl asked again. Since he was bragging, Li Gao casually said, "My big brother is hugging my dad and crying. They have been separated for many years." "Wow, that's so touching." Li Gao: "Yeah, my big brother also talked to me. He said that after I graduate, I will help him to manage the company." "That's good. With your talent, you can definitely manage the company well." Li Gao: "I'm just so. I still need to learn more from my big brother." At this moment, Li Gao felt refreshed. The prettiest girl in the class actually praised him for being talented. Well, speaking of which, I do seem to be quite talented. Li Gao thought happily. But soon, his parents' quarrel pulled Li Gao back to reality. Although he was very happy to show off just now, and even the prettiest girl in the class who didn't talk to him took the initiative to contact him, he also understood that this was based on the fact that his big brother was a rich man. But he hadn't recognized his big brother yet. Thinking of this, he said urgently, "Dad, Mom, stop quarreling. The most important thing is to know where my big brother lives." "Yes, let's block him. I don't believe that he won't recognize me when we meet," Li Ercheng said coldly. "Okay, but where does he live?" Du Xiaohong asked. "I have an idea. We will block the entrance of the company. When the time comes, we will take a taxi and follow his car. We will block wherever he stops," Li Gao suggested. "You are indeed my son. This is a good idea." Du Xiaohong gave him a thumbs up. Li Ercheng also nodded. He thought that this was the only way now. "Okay, let's go eat first. I'm hungry too," Li Gao said. "My son has suffered. It's all because of that big brother of yours. Isn't it just meeting us? How petty. One look and I can tell that he isn't generous." Du Xiaohong cursed behind his back. If we didn't remember him, who would be willing to come all the way here? That's right. Li Gao also felt very wronged in his heart. As a big brother, he actually let his younger brother suffer here and was even driven out by the security guard. It was really too shameful. He now resented Wang Zhong. If it wasn't for the money, who would be willing to come over and suffer such humiliation? Did he really think that he, Li Gao, had no temper? The family of three left, full of resentment. Wang Zhong called the receptionist over. After the receptionist explained the situation, she lowered her head and said, "I'm sorry, Mr. Li. I won't let them come in again." "Well, tell the security guards. We are such a big company, safety must be the first priority. If those three lunatics come again, call the police directly," Wang Zhong said bluntly. "Got it, Director Li." Wang Zhong waved his hand and said, "You can leave." After the receptionist left, Yao Bing walked in and said, "Director Li, I just heard that someone is causing trouble outside. They said that it's your father." "You can call me husband in private. Why do you call me Director Li? It's too distant." Wang Zhong smiled faintly. Yao Bing rolled her eyes again. "This is the company. I don't want people to misunderstand." "Do you really think that the people in the company are stupid? I don't want to talk about this meaningless topic with you. Last time you said that you received a call from your father. Today, someone came to cause trouble again. He can't really be you." Yao Bing was indeed smart. She guessed it in an instant. Wang Zhong nodded and said, "That's right." "Ah, then why did you?" Yao Bing was very surprised. When she was with Wang Zhong only said that he was currently sick and died. He didn't say a word about his father, so she thought that he was probably dead. She didn't expect him to be alive. Wang Zhong told her about his past and said, "My father is looking for me at this time. I'm afraid that he knows my identity. He brought his family here to ask for money." Yao Bing was not stupid. She naturally knew about the human heart. "Your father is really strange. He didn't care about you when you were young. Now that you're rich, he's here to ask for money. Isn't that so? So you know why I don't want to see him, right?" Wang Zhong asked. "Yes, I support you on this point." Yao Bing was not a soft-hearted person. She frowned and said, "But this can't go on. After all, you're a celebrity. If they keep blocking you, you'll inevitably see them. Then let's call the police." "I don't believe it. Sai, let's hide from them for now." Wang Zhong scratched his head and said, "Well, fortunately, I'm traveling between two places now. Otherwise, it would be really troublesome." "Isn't that so?" Yao Bing thought for a while and suggested, "When the time comes, I'll go out first. You drive behind me. Try not to bump into them." "Okay." After discussing, Su Xiaoyan came in. She was carrying some takeout that she bought outside. Recently, the three of them had been eating together, and the atmosphere was very harmonious. Su Xiaoyan also learned about what happened from Yao Bing. she asked curiously. No wonder I saw 3 people walking downstairs with messy hair. Isn't that so? Don't worry about them. Let's eat. What are we eating today? Wang Zhong asked. Su Xiaoyan smiled and said, I bought sweet and sour pork ribs, steamed fish head with diced hot red peppers, and lastly, seaweed soup. Xiaoyan, what we're eating now is getting worse. Wang Zhong was speechless. This Su Xiaoyan was good at everything, but she was very frugal. Especially when it came to food, she could not bear to eat expensive food. I think eating these is good enough. To be honest, if it wasn't for Brother Li, I think Sister Bing Bing and I can just eat vegetarian food, Su Xiaoyan said righteously. Yes, eating fish and meat all day is not good for your health, Yao Bing said. Sigh, all right. Wang Zhong was helpless. In this life, he also tried to cultivate, but it was to no avail. This also meant that he couldn't cultivate in this life. Because of this, he realized that his body had put on a lot of weight after a few years of hard work. He sighed in his heart. So be it if he ate something bland. He had to think about his health. After work at night, Su Xiaoyan and Yao Bing left in the same car. Soon, Wang Zhong also came out. The security captain quickly walked to the door and opened the door for Wang Zhong. Director Li, take care. Okay, if there are any troublemakers in the future, call the police and take them away. Wang Zhong instructed. Got it, Director Li. Wang Zhong nodded and got into the car. The car slowly drove away. At the side of the road, Li Gao, who was holding a pair of binoculars, saw Wang Zhong at a glance. That car really belongs to my brother. Li Gao couldn't help but swallow a mouthful of saliva. As long as he recognized his brother, this car would be his. As his brother, Wang Zhong had the obligation to drive his car. What's the license plate number? Li Urchin quickly asked. Take a taxi. Quickly take a taxi. The 3 of them hurriedly hailed a taxi, and coincidentally, Wang Zhong drove out of the car. Driver, follow the car in front. Li Urchin pointed at Wang Zhong's car and said. Are you guys okay? The person driving this car is obviously rich. Why are you following him? The driver wasn't a fool. He didn't want to do this kind of job of following people, not to mention following a rich person. These rich people now had a lot of power. He didn't want to provoke them. Just follow him. Why are you wasting your breath? Du Xiaohong frowned. That's my son in front. I'm going to recognize him. Li Urchin was very angry. Even a taxi driver didn't believe him. Driver, hurry up and drive. We'll give you more money. Li Gao used his money ability. Just follow? Won't we do anything illegal? The driver was worried. Nonsense, we're all good people. We're just going to recognize him. After that, I'll buy you a new car. You can throw away this broken car. Li Urchin said in a domineering tone. The driver naturally didn't believe Li Urchin's words. However, if the fare could be increased by a few dozen yuan, he was willing to follow. He started the car and followed out. Wang Zhong didn't notice. He was listening to music while driving. Soon, he arrived at the entrance of the community. The security guard let him in directly. After all, Wang Zhong went to work every day. The security guard was very familiar with Wang Zhong. He knew that he was a big boss and that there were 3 villas here that belonged to him. Not long after Wang Zhong went in, Li Urchin's taxi stopped at the entrance. See, this is where my son lives. Li Urchin felt proud. Now, he only had to go in and find Wang Zhong. He would become a millionaire soon. By then, he could keep young models and female students as his mistresses. As for Du Xiaohong, he could ask her to leave immediately. This is where your son lives? The driver looked at Li Urchin's family of 3. They were dressed worse than him. He sneered directly. You'd better not be kicked out. How can you say that? How can my son kick me out? Du Xiaohong said. Dad, Mom, Don't talk to these uncultured people. Li Gao didn't want to waste time. Just now, the class belle chatted with him again. He bragged that he was sitting in his brother's car. The class belle actually said that she liked this car and wanted him to take pictures of the interior. How could he take pictures? The car was not nearby. Therefore, he was eager to go in quickly. First, he wanted to recognize his family. Then, he would take a few selfies with his brother's car and show them to the class belle. Li Gao couldn't help but feel proud at the thought of the class belle's envious look. He had thought about it. He would post it on his WeChat moments to show off. Okay, I'm uncultured. Your family of 3 is quite funny. Since you said that the person in the car is your son, why didn't you call him? Why did he ignore you? The driver said disdainfully. Didn't we just get here? You watch it for me. I'll go in immediately. Li Ercheng snorted. Okay, give me the fare first. 150 yuan. Originally, it was only 50 yuan. However, because he said before that he would give more, he suddenly asked for an extra 100 yuan. You're tuning in to the Narrate and Escape YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.